Sorry, y'all. 10 o'clock snuck up on me so fast. I was like, I looked at the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock. I thought I had like 10 minutes still. I didn't even realize. Oh my goodness, Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I was like, literally had no idea it was 10 o'clock already. I thought I had like 20 more minutes. Sorry, guys. I'm here. So I made this like whole intro that I was going to play tonight. The one time you're actually on time. I know. And I'm not on time. Let me just... Hey, Big Al. What's up, dude? Good to see you. I'm glad you make this. I just gotta mute for 1 second, guys. Give me like literally 1 second. I'm back. Sorry. Big Al was in that. Oh well, unhide him. He's okay. He wasn't spamming. He was in that. You know that like. Sorry, I'm like brushing my hair and everything because I wasn't ready. He was in that panel with Upchurch the other night, and he was in there with us. He's cool. Okay, I'm ready. Hey, Devil-Eyed Elvis. Let me see if I can. I want to see if I can get that video that I made. It doesn't have any music behind it yet, but I figured, I don't know how long it'll take to upload, but I figured I'll share it with you guys. It's like, like one of the intro videos. You can tell me what you think of it. It might take a while to upload because it's long. Hey, Britt! Keyboard was up. Well, you were typing "What's up." It came out like WH. I mean, if that was your keyboard, it was magical. I thought you were typing "What's up" like letter for letter. So we good. Hey, Jameson. Hey, Kellyanne. Hey, Janelle. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Are you behind, Britt? I might have. It might be from when I mute it for a second. Alright. Sorry, I'm so flustered because I wasn't ready and I didn't realize it was 10 o'clock. Alright, give me 1 second. It's uploading. It might take a second. I was off the grid in the woods for a few days trying to catch up on the new news. Alright, well, I will catch you up. Alright, so Big Al. So after our panel that we had the other night, I don't know if I think you might even I don't know if you've seen it or not. I forget. But let me close out my other windows. Upchurch did a video about that girl Eve. I felt really bad for her because she didn't do anything wrong. Hey, Keeks. That's in case anyone wants to come up. All right, I'm trying to think of all what we figured out since last time. Well, there's been like a couple pictures that have been out. Yeah, I was disappointed too, Big Al. Hey, girl.
Can I be your panel host?
Yes, of course.
Oh, shoot. Why do I say
I didn't even realize it was 10 o'clock. I looked at the time and I was like, holy crap, it's 10 o'clock. I wasn't ready. I'm like, I gotta go. I had to go pee, honestly. That's why I was like, if I don't go to the bathroom before I go live, I'm gonna pee my pants. Yeah, I was disappointed too, Ryan. I mean, not Ryan. Oh my God, Al. I'm talking about Ryan, so I said his name. But yeah, I was I was disappointed too because she didn't really do anything wrong. She just said his his theories are a little out there, which I agree with her. They are sometimes. I mean, like, I understand how he gets to them, but
Devil-eyed Elvis, you just become my best friend. I love that. They said they have, Devil-eyed Elvis said they have 100-pound rescue dog laying
oh,
on them.
what kind of dog? I love puppies.
See, you just become Kate's best friend too.
Well, I really love lizards, but I do love puppies too. I love all animals, honestly, but I am, as Jameson calls me, the reptile Snow White.
Jeremiah. Hey, everybody.
I'm trying to think, like, what has been new in the past couple days. I'm like having a brain fart, so I can fill Big Al up videos.
Judy Ron's live tonight with.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what it was. So I don't know if you've seen this, Big Al, but Doug from Adventures with Purpose said that the front of the car was facing out towards the lake. So now we're all kind of confused, like, did it go in backwards? Did it go in forwards and flip? And now that it's flipped, could she really have gotten to the back? There was, like, now there's a whole bunch of new questions, but Judy Ron's live was good. And I really like that medical examiner lady. And she made a super, hey, voices, thank you for showing some love. She said that, all right, so you know how everyone's like, oh, well, when you go in water, if you were still alive, you'll have water in your lungs, and if you weren't, you won't.
Yeah.
Hey, Pam. Well, hey, Beatlemaniac. Okay, so Jeremiah, hey, Circle Box. Did I say it right?
Yes, Circle Box. I think you got some new subscribers today. Congratulations.
Oh, nice. Yes. Actually, yeah. So before I get started, subscribe to Brittany, of course, allegedly with Brittany J. I'll put her link, or somebody can put a link in the chat.
Y'all Kate's almost at 1,000.
Yeah, I'm doing good. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you're just hanging out in here, please do, because I need it. Hey, Moonwolf, welcome. Doug said he thinks the car went in front first. I agree. I think it went in front first, and the front was facing the lake, so that means that it flipped on its side, which changes a lot for me because
What is?
I think that it would have had a flip pretty quickly if it went in that way. So so in order for her to get to the back,
Yes, thank you.
she would have to go on, like, under the water, I think. I mean, she might not have had to go under the, I don't know.
She would have had to go under the water because that water was coming in fast with those windows down.
Hey, Gio. So this is what thanks, Gio. This is what I struggle with. If it flipped, I mean, it may still be like this because it's engine heavy, but it was only in 14 feet of water, so I still think it would be under the water. So I still think she would have to go under the water to get to the back. When you launch a boat into a lake, wind can turn you instantly once forward momentum stops. Yeah, well, they said it's really common for cars to flip. Hey, Bubba Bob. Yeah, I think it rolled on the side instead of flipping front to back. So I think it just went in like, whew, and then if it did that, that changes everything because that hole, that hole, like, at the top of the seats would be upside down. And then for her to get into the back, that's the only way she could get in. She would have to go under and through the hole, which I think would be hard. And I don't understand why she would do that. So that makes me a little bit more, thanks, Jen. I was just about to, and subscribe to Jennifer the Hooligan. She has a channel too.
Yes, we love her. Can I also just add, because I was listening
Yeah.
really hard to Nick, right? And his choice of words when they asked him, or they didn't ask him, he just volunteered. He said he can tell the position of her body. He
Uh-huh.
said he said he saw feet, and then he said he could tell that it was a human because he could see actual skin. To me, I could be wrong. That sounds like she was barefoot.
Didn't he say in the video though I see shoes? Like when
He did say that. He did.
I could be wrong.
He
But I
did.
feel like I remember him saying,
I
um,
can see some shoes. Yeah,
I
he
can
did
see
say
some shoes. Yeah. So maybe he just.
that.
Oh shit! Hold on, I was trying to open my live so I could get in the chat in case I need. Oh no, I can type up here. I was just checking something. Sorry, let me close that out. All right, but yeah, they yeah, but he didn't really say. He said he couldn't see much though. He said he was. I guess so. Like you, I think you can see she had a shoe on. Mm. I wonder if she had the other shoe off. I wonder if she could have like gotten hit by a car because or how easy shoes would come off in the water if that's even possible.
I would, well, actually,
Oh, circle box, you leaving?
you know what? I don't think I don't know about shoes coming off in the water, but Keeks just said he did say that about shoes, but he did say he saw some bloating, so I could think he'd have to have seen skin. Well, I'm gonna ask Duty Ron if I can take that clip and use it because his choice of wordings at the moment when I watched it were weird to me, and I need to see what y'all think too.
Yeah. No, I agree. Um, I think some of the stuff was a little like he didn't really. They didn't really ask like. I know they can't ask much, and I know Duty Ron knows that he can't probably say a lot because he's retired LA. Play the audio. Oh, I can play the audio for it. I have the clip. Like I can put it up to my mic if we want to listen to it instead of playing
Yeah.
the actual.
So he said that he doesn't care. Last night in the email, he said he does not care if you use his stuff, but he asked that you put his name and his link in your description. So if you do that,
Oh
just make sure you put it in your description.
yeah, I feel like I would do that with everyone I use. So just you got to give everyone credit, and he's right. So I can pull it up. I mean, I can pull it up and see. I can put it in my description too, like right now. Hold on, let's pull it up.
I
You
thought
know,
I thought he would be a hard ass just because he's, military or whatever. So
yeah. Oh, Tootie Ron, I feel like he's the biggest teddy bear ever.
oh,
Like
he's so nice.
every time I watch Tootie Ron, I feel like he's like I don't know. That's just the vibe he gives me. Like he's just a big teddy bear. I don't know. I don't get the like. I don't get the hard. You know what I mean? Like
I thought I was the only one that was extra nervous when he come in my live, but Amber Truthseeker was live this morning and he came into hers and she was like, okay, I was on a roll, but now that I know Duty Ron's watching me, I kind of feel nervous. And I'm like, I feel you, girl.
that medical examiner did a really. She was really informative, and he chewed. Oh, didn't he say something because you were you weren't subbed to him?
Okay, so I have multiple accounts and it just so happened to be my freaking main one's not sub to him.
I'll tell you what.
Alexander.
I swear some of my stuff like unsubs me from people. Um, when I hold on, I'm gonna put it in my description before I play it. Just give me a
Oh,
second.
Sally. I saw you, Sally. It's okay, love. I hope you get to feeling better and you're welcome anytime.
Oh, you poor thing, Sally. You had dental work. I hate dental work. I am terrified of the dentist. Like, legit terrified of the dentist.
Beetle, man, Beetle, I don't think it's so much that I was starstruck. More so, like, if y'all could have seen my face yesterday, I was as red as an apple because
I'd be starstruck if Duty Ron came in. I love Duty Ron.
he was like, "Well, young lady, from what the one thing I can tell is you're not subscribed to Duty Ron," and I'm like, "Oh my god,
Hey, Scotty Skulls.
he's really in my channel, and I'm not subbing him." It was funny.
Yeah, I feel like it sucks for them because, you know, they know a lot more and they can't say it. You know what I mean? They're probably like itching to tell people what's going on AWP, but they gotta, you know, an investigation is an investigation. But for the fact that Nick said it was as suspicious as it looked as suspicious as it did an accident. So he's basically saying,
Oh
like,
god,
in my opinion, like 50-50, or, you know, maybe
yeah.
even a little more suspicious than accident.
Just that look on his face when he come out of that water to me is everything. It's
No.
heartbreaking and oh, like
Right.
that's
Dude,
probably a look that he'll never have again. You know.
see this? I put your link in the description. Please don't strike me. I love you. You
We
big teddy
love
bear.
you over here. For sure.
Hold on, let me find out the timestamp. I'm trying to see if in this video if I can see the timestamp. Give me 1 second.
Note the condition of the body.
Okay. I don't know what the timestamp is, but Nick Renaissance. Sorry, my.
Can I ask you, how do you do that without showing it? Just playing the audio. Well, never mind. You got multiple screens. Never
I have
mind.
multiple. Well, I have it on my phone right now. I could just play the audio. I mean, it's
Oh,
up to you guys. I could just play the audio unless you guys want to watch it. But
I probably would just do the audio to be safe, just
yeah,
in case, because we hadn't gotten to ask him.
yeah, I'll still give him credit for the audio. Like I put it in my description. All right.
Note the condition of the body. Was the body bloated? Was the body in its normal state from photographs that you've seen of her?
Well, just without giving too much graphic detail, I didn't see her entire body.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw enough to confirm that it was in fact human remains,
Mm-hmm.
and it was more of the legs and the feet area.
Mm-hmm.
And once I basically saw that and that there was actual skin, then I confirmed. Now, the position of her, I can tell you this, was there must have been some bloating starting because her feet were down and I couldn't see the rest of her because it was dark. Vehicle was upside down and she would have been up against the top of the vehicle, which would actually been the bottom of the vehicle because it was upside down.
So she would have been her upper torso would be towards the floor of the cargo area, and her feet were down by the roof.
Correct.
Okay, and there's a lot of rumors or a lot of things going around on the internet about a seatbelt that was. Did you see a seatbelt that was protruding out of the back hatch?
I did not at the time. However, I just left another live stream from another channel, and they showed me that. I didn't notice that when I was diving. She showed me the screenshot basically of that video footage.
I saw that too. Yeah, I saw it. I saw that picture. But again, when you're down there, that's you're not looking at these little details. So
right.
Everybody has a chance, Nick, to look at the little details. And like each time I look at this this video that we just showed, I'm looking now that we see that there was a laptop.
Think about that for a minute, Kate.
It is weird he said legs. Like,
well,
I mean, I don't know. They're your legs regardless if you're wearing pants or not. But it does, you're right. It does kind of seem like instead of saying I saw pants, or like shoes. Well, he says shoes in the video, but like instead of saying like I saw pants, he says legs.
But as he's talking, right, he said her head was down where the ceiling would be, which is at the floor because it's upside down. And her feet are up at the floorboard, which would be the ceiling.
Yeah.
If I'm making sense. Okay, so imagine that. Take a visual and try to think of that. There's, to me, even more, I could say, I don't think that's her going to the hatch. Not being in that position in the
If
hatch.
her legs were up, like if her legs were up, that's
Yes,
strange because it's almost like she fell rather than like
exactly.
went through the hole, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Or she was already down there.
Oh yeah, he said legs, skin. That was the word that had
Yeah.
me like why would you say skin if she had pants on? You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
really, you don't say if she had long pants on like she did at the party supposedly, why would you say legs and skin?
Right. But I'm thinking like her head's if the car were to flip, she would be basically standing in the hatch, kind of from the way it sounds. Obviously, she's not going to be stretched straight out because she's 5'7", and you probably can't stand up straight in that car. But to me, that I can't say for sure, but it to me it even sounds more like she was already in that hatch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know that her body would become buoyant because she would bloat and float up, but you would think if she was still like the way that her legs were up against the thing is just strange. Like I feel like she wouldn't go that way, but um I don't know. It's confusing. Um and then the lady also said that the medical examiner who was on before he came on said that when you drown, like if your cause of death is drowning, you get like a lot of water in your lungs. But if you are in, say you die another way and you're in water for a long time, that water will get in your lungs and seep in there. But she feels like probably not as much as if, hey Amber, love reigns, hey girl.
I would have imagined.
Oh, we lost Brit. Let me put the link back. And anyone's welcome to come up. If anyone wants to come up, chit chat. Diver's choice of word, you almost have to say it. AWP diver's choice of word, you almost have to say it slang. Hey, Big Al. I like your avatar. I don't think he delivered the Hellcat yet, Jennifer, to be honest.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think he's going to.
I think he will.
You do?
Yep, he's going to pay him. And I think it's going to be more than $100,000. I really do. I can see him doing that.
He said he is going. Well, he's saying he is going through with it, and that he's just having trouble with like they got to send him their address because
you can't just cash out $100,000.
Yeah, you can't just cash out $100,000. He did say that. You're right. I forgot.
Girl, I just ended up in Queens. So when I tried to come back in, and I was like, okay, wrong place.
Oh, maybe if you were on there before, you might have like the StreamYard link saved. And like that's okay, Lisa. You're not that late. We just started,
So I was watching that video where they make the announcement to the dad and the grandpa, and it's just been chewing on me for days. I'm sitting up in the woods with no internet and no phone and no nothing for 3 days. It's been bugging me.
Oh, I'm sure.
When the dad comes whipping up on the four-wheeler, the series of questions that he asks is almost like he already knows the answers. And I don't know if anybody else felt like that. I watched it over and over again. It
What did
Okay,
just
you
you
say?
can let me go watch that.
he asked how, if she was in the driver's seat. He asked very specific questions. Was she in the driver's seat? Was she wearing her seatbelt? Was she in the back seat? Was she in the way back? And then he just said, I can't be here. And he got on the four-wheeler and took off. It's like he already knew, before he
Wow.
asked the question.
Unless he heard them talking about her being in the back or something. I
Well,
mean,
no,
that's
I don't think so. No, I don't think so, because I think that video is chronological. As they pulled up, they had him mic'd up, and that's what he said. I don't think they had said anything yet. That's why it's
That's
been
so
bugging
weird.
me. You have to
Well,
watch it
maybe he was
again.
just thinking in terms of like trying to figure out what happened, but yeah, that is strange.
It's very strange that, he went from the front seat, the seatbelt, to the front seat to the way back.
Yeah.
Very strange. And it was almost like he knew that she was back there. And he says something, but I couldn't make it out.
Is that you, Britt, on a second thing?
Damn it. Keep the
Okay.
other one off. I don't know how I keep doing this. I'm sorry.
seeing double.
I got nervous. I was like, oh no, I hope this isn't like a troll under Brittany's name. I was like, is that
I
you?
keep hitting the back button by mistake. I apologize. But now he's got Big Al. You got me wanting to go watch the dad again.
You got to check it out. I mean, it just.
It's
I
in the
watched it again before I
AWP
came
video,
on.
right?
Yeah, it's in the AWP video, the members only one that they eventually released. And it's right when he comes rolling up on the four-wheeler, he shuts the machine off, and right at that second, it just feels weird. Watching him and listening to him feels weird.
Parents just have that, like, they just
intuition
have
for
like
sure.
Intuition, you know what I mean? Maybe it was like one of those things where he was just
maybe, but it just seemed like when I got to scold an employee for doing something, I ask questions, but I already know the answers. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was asking questions and already knew the
together.
answers. So I don't know.
It could be the editing too, but
maybe it is.
I'm telling you, that's multiple people in one day who have said, the parents have said weird things and acted weird.
I would have never moved from that spot until I saw my daughter come out of that lake. As tragic as that would be, I've been on a couple different sites where friends have drowned, and everyone waited for them to come out of the water. As gruesome as it was, nobody moved until they were out of the water.
Yeah, you know what though? So I talked to Dave about it, and he said I wouldn't be able to be there. Like, my husband, he has a daughter, but not like my stepdaughter, and he said if that was the situation, he wouldn't be able to be there.
And I think everybody's different for sure, but it's worth looking at it again with that in the back of your mind.
Oh, I got it. I see him on the four-wheeler. Okay. All right. Hold on.
And in our investigation coming into this,
hold on a minute.
And when we find out, they are no.
How the could they have missed it?
All right, well, see, that's like editing right there. You see as he's pulling up on the four-wheeler, but then they edit it that he's pulling up, and before they show him standing there, you can hear him talking as he's standing there. So there was a space between him pulling up on the four-wheeler and...
Yeah, I didn't catch that last time.
Yeah, because he already started talking, like he was like if he was standing there talking.
Yeah, they're just showing the four-wheeler.
And in our investigation coming into this, this is just what we do. We find vehicles underwater. We specialize in it. I don't know what you guys know, and we don't always know the why. We just try to find the where, and that's why I can't relate with whatever you're speaking on right now. The car is upside down, but that's common when a car goes in the water because the wheels make it buoyant.
closed, probably.
All the windows except for one. Yes. So Nick is my driver.
Which windows up or down?
The what was it?
Driver rear.
Driver rear was down, and the passenger rear was halfway.
Is she seatbelted?
No,
Is she in the driver's seat?
no,
She's not.
She's
Is she in the back?
She's in the back.
yes.
I would recommend. It's your daughter. This your daughter. Dude. Do what you want to do. I would recommend this is.
So he
Just-
says, is she in the back? He doesn't say like the
Yeah,
back. So it was not in the front, but in the
Not
back.
a part of that. This. Yeah.
It's gonna be my last one.
I'm done.
Wait, what did he just say? I can't stay. This is gonna be. Oh, this will be the last way I remember her.
He said, if it's gonna be my last memory, I can't fucking do it.
It just seemed to me like he just knew the answers to the questions.
Yeah, I think it's just the way they
So-
edited it, because they made it look like the four-wheeler was pulling up and he already knew, but really it wasn't.
And I'm not
Her
saying.
daddy-
Don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing a conspiracy spin on this, like the dad had something to do with it or anything.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is maybe he heard something from someone else
Oh, maybe.
and had an
So Lisa-
idea of maybe what happened already,
Yeah.
and they were just confirming what he heard.
So Lisa's saying
just a
the
thought.
same thing, that those questions were weird, but were her dad and grandpa, where were they to be on four-wheelers? Or were they
They were
sticking
still there
around?
searching, I think.
Yeah, so they were there. All right, so this is what SF Investigates said. I can't stand that guy. No offense if anyone likes him, but they were searching, and SF Investigates said that they posted it online, and then he had to go tell the dad and grandpa, which I think is total bullshit. But and then the dad and grandpa rode up over there. I think what happened was, I don't think they posted it yet, and I think SF was like, oh, hey, something's going on over there. You should go check it out. And then he's trying to take credit for telling them, but I don't think they...
Well, they're showing another video where he says, all right, I'm going to call everybody, turn your phones off. We're going to call the parents.
He tried... I mean, maybe that was them just, like, notifying the family, and then they did post it, because in their mind, they notified the family, and they didn't know the dad was there. I mean, they might have not even known the dad was there.
Jen said she thought they were at a trailer nearby.
Yeah, so for all we know, they might, like, AWP might not even known the dad was there, and then he went and told them. But if they knew he was there, I'm sure they would have went and told him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I think their standard operating procedure is, they're cold cases. They're not used to dealing with something that's happening in the now. So I suppose they probably figured, hey, we let them know. Now we're going to post it.
Yeah, well, and they said specifically, this is the only contacts that we have, and this is who we're going to call. When they called her.
Sorry, good. Yeah, they said that's all they had, and then the mom was on behind a media wall. And what really was sad to me, did you guys see the picture of the grandpa? He just sat there for hours until they pulled her out. But it was like he didn't want her to be alone until they got there, and he just sat at, you could just see him sitting on the ground with his hat, just staring at the buoy. It was so sad.
The one thing that struck me from that video, the other thing I should say, not the one thing, was the drone footage when they were over the buoy. You could see the car in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So how did they fly over that 100 times with helicopters and drones and not see it?
Or how about the guy on the boat? The guy who just found all her belongings in the water.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Check It TV was in a little one-person canoe or whatever, kayak, is that what you call it? And he boated over the spot, and you could see all the items on the bottom of the water, let alone a car.
Yep. Well, to be fair, water has receded since whatever happened to her, but when Nick said he was in that water, he said he was 13 feet down to her car. So 3 dive teams
right off the boat
19,000
landing.
hours of work, 3 dive teams, and then not Nick, but Doug said on duty runs that the police took over and they had dive teams go in and thoroughly check Prosser for whatever may be left behind. So what, there's no way. There's no freaking way.
Did you hear
Even
the
if the
guy
weather
on
was
duty Ron saying that it's malpractice, basically? He said the fact that, for one, the fact that they flipped this car over instead of putting it on balloons is, and that they didn't
Crazy.
go back in the water for the stuff is basically like what he would call malpractice. He said if it was him, he would have secured the crime scene, then he would have got those balloons and put the car up exactly how it was, because flipping
right.
the car can do more damage to the body. Hey Nina, what's up, girl?
Yeah,
Which it
if they
does.
crashed into a tree, you're not going to see it if they drug it on its side for a minute.
Exactly. Just like the driver's window wasn't busted out until they moved the car. They destroyed it.
Yeah. Hey Scotty.
I'm not gonna lie, Kate, when we watched that, I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, I can't believe that they're just dragging it out like that and changing the position.
I know, same. They said, and then he said, usually after they pull a car out, they send people back in the water and do like a magnet sweep just to make sure like nothing's there and make sure they recovered everything. And he was like, the fact they didn't do that is just, it's horrible. Like he couldn't believe how, hey Flintstonefoot.
They could have missed something huge. They could miss a driver's license of someone who was in the car.
Well, okay, so Queen Bee said on her live today that she talked to somebody in the case, and Kylie's grandpa verified that is her laptop they found, that Kiely used that laptop and took it everywhere with her. Well, whoever retrieved it tried to hand it over to law enforcement, and law enforcement refused to take it. Now that I find odd, because they could still get the hard drive off of that laptop.
Maybe they thought it was Hunter Biden's.
Ha ha ha.
Sorry,
No
I couldn't
way.
resist. I couldn't resist.
What'd you say, Scott?
Oh, you guys can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I said, I know why. Like that
Why?
whole thing that transpired just solidifies my thinking. So he finds the stuff, right? The kid that is in the kayak, right?
Yeah.
And so then he calls police, and then they don't even respond to him for an hour. And then he has to wait 3 more hours for a single officer to come with no dive gear, nothing, right? Police obviously said, well, I'm not going in to get it. So the kid free dives, right? Goes down there and grabs what he can grab and brings it to shore. Ellie don't want it, so he gives it to the family. Is that how it went? Am I right? Or
Well, I heard today that Ellie took today, okay, the dude found it yesterday.
mhm.
Ellie roped off things today, and they were diving in Prosser. But after I finished my live last night, pictures were going around everywhere that of her belongings being pulled out. So I'm guessing the guy did go in.
Yeah, he's got the pictures of the laptop and the mints and the backpack. Everything's on shore. He brought it to shore.
Right? But Ellie dove in today, which
Well,
is
they dove in today because what he did last night went haywire on the internet, and their phones started blowing up. So they had to save face and said, well, we're going to go send divers in and scrape the bottom and take everything that's left so nobody else can go out there and find something else.
How
Right.
the hell could they miss that with all those divers in the water pulling that car out? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't believe that they looked.
They
didn't look.
It doesn't make sense.
And the reason that they were so slow to respond to the kid when he found the stuff, you got to remember they have the autopsy results. They know right? Except for Tox, they know her how she died, right? Okay, so
I
does
want to know how long
Jagger.
she was in the water.
So does the family. Like they all know a lot that we don't. So, but I think the reason why LE was slow to respond, why it took 3 hours for a single cop to come out, and why they didn't care about the laptop is because they've already deemed it an accident.
Yeah, but how can you deem it an accident if you don't even have the toxicology report yet? Like, I just
because
think
I think all the toxicology, if they think okay, so say she didn't have a bullet wound, there's no stab wounds, there's no strangulation, all they can do is tell she drowned, right? So the only thing the tox is going to do is if that was a bearing, like in the cause of death, right? The manner would be accidental, and the cause of death would be the toxicology could be what's the word I'm looking for? Like a contributing factor to her going in. Correct.
So what you're saying is, if she was hammered, she could have just drove into the lake,
or tripping on shrooms, or
yep.
Well, I have a whole thing of why she went that way.
It's definitely like, I feel like very easy to, to be confused and think that's water and just drive in. Like, if anyone watched the video at nighttime, you can't even tell water's there. It looks like you can't even see the water. Like, I don't even know how to explain it.
I just spent 3 days in the woods up by Canada, and I almost drove in the water 3 different times at night. So yeah, you can't see it. And especially if you don't know the road. And I didn't know any of the roads I was on, and there were a couple times I almost drove into a couple ponds because couldn't see it.
Well, I think even if she saw the water, I have reasons why I think she drove into it.
Yeah, but now they're saying that the front of the car was facing out the lake, and that they believe the car flipped over on its side. So that makes it harder for me to keep thinking, like, why would she get to the back? It would be harder to get to the back than if the car flipped, like they said. It would be harder for her to get to the back.
Well, we're never going to know, right? Like when it became buoyant, we're not never going to know which way it drifted. We know the nose started going down, but we're not going to know how it cantered, how it turtled.
Was it windy that day?
Yeah, we're never going to know how that car landed that way. And accident reconstructionists probably couldn't do it because there's too many variables. There's just too many variables.
Well, it's bobbing in the water like a fishing bobber.
And it's dark. She becomes disoriented real quick. She's in shock because of the water. You know what I'm saying? There's just too many things to.
That's why I just have a hard time.
I still think she was in the back when the thing hit the water.
I do too. At first, I was all accident, and now I've changed. I'm 50-50 now. I can't.
That's because AWP changed your mind.
They did. But I didn't know that. I wasn't privy to the information that she was in the back until then. And now that I know that, and that the car was flipped and the front was facing out, it just seems unlikely to me. I just can't. I mean, I still think it's definitely possible it was an accident, but I'm not hell-bent on it.
I'm dying to see that. I'm dying to see the video from the tow truck.
I think tow truck guy is totally something, not what it is. But
yes, I see.
Only the video will tell.
I've been
if there is one.
Yeah.
Well, that's and that's another thing they're not going to tell us.
No.
And I truly believe that the cops let AWP put that out there. Just like I said on the panel the other night, Kate, I think they did that to listen to the chatter on all of their cell phones. Everyone that was involved.
What's really crazy that I seen? I think I saved it. Let me see if I can find it. All right, so this woman posted before Kiely was found. She posted in the Facebook groups. She said that she went searching with the family, like she went to go help find Kiely, and someone close to the family member someone close to the family members told this woman that the tow truck driver, or not the tow truck driver, that Kiely was seen Saturday morning with a guy. Before she was found, before we knew about the tow truck driver, this lady said someone from her family said that Kiely was seen Saturday morning with a guy, which would, I don't know about
It would help that
legitimize the tow
it would
truck.
help the story for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it would legitimize it more, but it would at least be that they were taking that tip seriously, I guess, or that they really believed it, or maybe that even the police have something, because for the
I think they
family,
have something and they let them put the video out.
to say that
I
to
think it's
someone,
the opposite.
Really? You don't think? I don't know. I think AWP would not go anywhere, take that story public at all.
No, I
But
think
they're
they told them to.
backpedaling. Jared backpedaled on the neutral thing. Nick backpedaled on the suspicious thing. They're starting to backpedal. I think that I might be totally way off. Don't get me wrong. I love AWP. I probably said this before, Kate, but I think that because LE swept them under the rug and didn't give them the credit they deserved, and I think the LE pushing AWP off the crime scene and make them watch from afar, from across the water. And imagine if you're AWP sitting there watching them fumble this extraction. They watched him hook that cable and rip that car over underwater. They watched him drag it out. They watched 3 different people reach their hands in and touch the steering wheel. They watched him remove her body at the scene.
Oh my goodness.
They watched him not net the windows. They watched him not go back in because it got dark.
You sure did.
Nothing should have fallen out of that car. If they would have done their job right, there shouldn't have been a matchbook.
So if I was AWP, I'd be pissed off. So I think AWP edited their video in a way to insinuate all these different little nuggets that people are picking up on and incite all this to happen on YouTube in order to blow up LE as a payback, I guess. And they can't do that on panel or in their video because they have to work with other departments in the future. So we're doing it for them, basically. That's
but I feel like
I might be way off, but
I feel like because they have to work with other departments in the future, that they would be hesitant to do that, and if they didn't know for sure, you know what I mean, like that, or not for sure, but if they didn't vet their source, you get what I'm saying? Like,
well, let's think about who was involved here: U.S. Marshals, FBI, Bureau of Criminal Apprehension for California, State Patrol, 2 different sheriff's departments, 3 different police departments. I guarantee you, AWP was told what they could and could not say by one of those agencies.
Yeah.
Or they'd be obstructing justice and interfering in the investigation.
Right. So that's my point. Why would they even put Nick the tow truck driver in their video, and why would they even read that text from a Facebook
because
group?
they were told go ahead and let it out, and they wanted to hear the chatter between the people that they were watching, because I guarantee you every one of their cell phones were on a trap.
Or what about when they said that they're going to wait and see how Ellie handles this, and if they don't, I don't remember the words they used, Kate. You know what I'm talking about. They were like,
yeah, they said which direction it goes. We'll see what direction it goes.
Yeah.
And then we'll put the rest out if we have to. Like the way I took that, they were saying we'll see if Ellie does what they're supposed to do with this, and if they don't, we'll take over and put it out.
I think the tow truck driver positively ID'd Jared, but couldn't positively ID Kiely.
I can't make this bigger, but this woman named Paula said, so I live in Truckee. I went out looking for her Monday night. Now, this was before she was found, before we heard about this guy's story. This was, before all that came out. I went out looking for her Monday night. I met up with a close friend of the family, and she told me that Kiely was seen Saturday morning at Boca with a man at a local campground. I thought maybe she had her story wrong after Kiely was found, but now I'm not sure. And then Sherry says, so wasn't the party Friday night? That would mean she didn't take a wrong turn and go into the lake. Something off for sure.
It's really too bad there's not a date on that.
Yeah. it didn't, the particular thing that I saw, it didn't have a date, but the person like who posted it basically said that they took a screenshot of this like, a while ago because they thought that information was interesting. You know what I mean? Like, this is why they had it.
Right.
Because they saw that someone said it came from a close family member. And then when this stuff came out, then she posted it because she couldn't,
Well, she mentioned Boca, and so did the tow truck driver. So
That's what I'm saying. Why would it?
I don't think he's full of shit. I really don't.
Obviously, the family told her that, like a close friend of the family. So that's obviously what the family thinks too, and the family's,
So was that when did you say that particular post was? Wasn't that a day or two after Kiely went missing?
So yeah, it was like so she went searching for her like Monday, and I think it was like a couple days. I mean, so let me think. Monday was after the party, so like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then sometime that week she put it because she said I went looking for her Monday night or whatever. So this was before Kiely was found and before the tow truck driver came out. This lady put this comment, but this girl screenshotted it because they mentioned what the family said. And then when the tow truck driver stuff came out, the girl reposted it and said, oh my God, this lady commented this, before this all came out. And now it came out. So, that's what the family is going with. If a close friend of the family told this woman that before AWP put it out there.
Well, then that would have been before AWP even said they were coming in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If that's the case, I mean, then yeah, I mean, it's a lot of coincidences in one little thing.
And Nate was arrested after this, so maybe that's how police are holding him while they investigate and find evidence. Maybe they're holding him if it is Nate or Nate was involved. Maybe they're holding him because they're waiting. They're trying to hold off on the toxicology to see what comes back, and then
Well, I'm sure they're going to be looking at how long she was in the water, too, because they can tell within 24 hours.
I heard there's been 2 Nates, though, so I'm confused about the Nate situation.
The dealer's older. He's the one that got arrested, and the boyfriend is younger.
Oh, the one. I thought she didn't even date a Nate, though. Like, I heard she didn't even date a Nate. I don't know. But, I mean, maybe the dealer was at this party. Who knows? But, yeah.
That's why I didn't even touch on the Nate, because freaking a certain creator, out of respect, I'm not going to say her name, took that crap and ran with it. That Nate dude was linked or whatever because he got and it's like now you got people running to and fro everywhere talking about this dude Nate potentially gave Kiely.
Yeah, I mean, there might not even be a connection there, like maybe he was at the party, maybe not, and maybe he just got arrested for something completely different. Who knows? But yeah, she definitely ran with that, and we don't even have like really any evidence of that.
No.
So I've been hearing rumors about Sammy lawyering up. Has anybody been able to make that a fact yet?
Yeah, so there's a screenshot of her saying she lawyered up. Let me see if I have that too. But all right. So this is I'm taking that with a grain of salt just because
aren't both her parents lawyers?
Yes.
Well, then they would advise her to get an attorney. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I'm taking.
Well, I would too if I was her, with everybody on the internet pointing their finger, and then if she drank with her,
yeah,
I would just because.
If her parents are lawyers, she probably didn't even have a choice in the matter. Like, they were probably like, yeah, you're getting death threats and people are saying this and that about you. Yeah. Like, where you're being represented. Like, and honestly, I don't think anyone's shady for doing that. I think if anyone is ever questioned in anything, even if you have nothing to do with it, get a lawyer. Like, seriously, I can't stress that enough that if you're ever questioned in a disappearance of somebody, even if you have nothing to do with it, have a lawyer present. Even if it makes you look shady, have a lawyer present.
Yeah.
Because everything that you say can be held against you, even if you're not involved. If you say something that seems off to them, it can be held against you.
Yeah, it's
But
gonna be
if you have a
twisted.
lawyer,
It's gonna get twisted for sure.
yeah, just say you're not going to talk and you need a lawyer. I'm trying to find the screenshot. I swore I had it, but it's basically her. It says Sammy, like SMAMI. I think that's what it was, and then it has a little mushroom next to it, and it says, I have my parents are lawyers, and I now have like a criminal lawyer or something like that. I can't find it though. I swear I had it. Let me see if it might be on Twitter.
My parents are these kids when they're asleep, they're trying to lay down and they're being loud. She said my parents are lawyers or one's a lawyer, one's a PI, and they know the process or something. They know how this process works.
I think Nerdy Addict posted it, maybe. Or he tweets so much. It'll break. Hold on, let me see.
Was it SF Investigates that said that everybody has closed the case except for CHP, or was that somebody else?
Wait, which CHP?
California Highway Patrol.
Oh, everyone. I don't. He might have said it. I can't stand that guy though.
Neither can I. But
where's
yeah,
he's at?
I think he said local LE, the sheriffs, and the FBI have closed the case. The only one that is still open is CHP.
Well, Nevada.
Unless I'm mistaken or something.
Yeah, Nevada County just posted an update earlier that said that they were still working and they were waiting on the autopsy and toxicology results to come back.
Yeah, they said that the toxicology would be out in like November or something like that.
That's another thing, the redactions. I get it, okay? I totally get it. There is a lot of stuff to redact, but you don't need that long to make a shit. Like, watch, 80% of it's going to be redacted. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Probably.
What I just think about is like the autopsies, or not even necessarily the autopsy, but when there's a cause and manner of death that's released in other cases earlier, it's because it's clear cut that it's a crime. Like, say, Gabby Petito, it was strangulation, right? So they don't have to wait for tox. Or like if there's a case where they were stabbed to death or shot, it's a little different. Something just gives me the feeling that they don't have anything. There was nothing on her body, and they have to wait for tox to see what she was under the influence of. That's just, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but logically, I don't know.
No, you probably will.
And if it was Kate's car the next day and it's on video and Jagger was in it, they would have already arrested him because it was after when she was reported missing. So that stuff just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been her car.
I don't know if they necessarily would have arrested him already, because I feel like there's a lot of cases where they keep it going on purpose. Like the Barry Morphew case, they waited a long time before arresting him because they needed more info. Because once they arrest somebody, the process starts super quick. It's like they can.
But they didn't have him like that though. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, if Jagger was in a video with Kiely's car after she was reported missing, that's hands down that he's involved. So they would arrest him. Like, Morphew, they didn't.
It wouldn't be after she was reported missing. It would still be before. I think they weren't dispatched till like 1:30 that day, so it'd be like a couple hours before. Or they didn't get reported missing till around 1:30, I believe.
Yeah, well, the phone call was at like 9 in the morning, though, wasn't it? The initial phone call.
Wait, what the heck? I am so
Again,
confused
yeah,
by
they
that.
are. They're literally laying in the bed laughing. They've been laying there for the last hour. I don't know why they won't crash.
My kid was up late today too. He
I
just went to
don't, they freaking have been up since 6:30. I don't know why they're not going to sleep. They're just laying there wide awake.
Do they share a room?
They do, but
That's
they don't
probably
share
another
a bed.
reason.
But they're sitting there talking to each other. You know how that goes. Feeding
Yeah.
off of each other's energy. And they're gonna feel
Yep.
like crap in the morning.
Yep. If one stays up, then the other one that's probably like, "Hey, Nadie."
Hmm.
My son, if I have Garfield on before bed, he'll stay up till like 1 o'clock in the morning watching Garfield because he
You
loves
like Garfield? I love that so much.
Did change the topic, but did you guys like the lady that was on duty, Ron, or no?
the medical examiner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she did really well. I enjoyed her. I was kind of like some of the stuff she said though, like she was saying it like some of the stuff was above her pay grade. So I was like, I didn't understand. I guess maybe they have like experts come in and
She's
do like
never she's never done an autopsy.
Really?
She's not a pathologist. She's a investigator. She's not a pathologist. She's never done an autopsy.
I'm so confused.
Because if you
I
notice,
thought
she'll
she said
say
she was a medical.
they
thought she
look
said
for
she was
this
a
or they
medical
look for
examiner.
that. That's above my pay grade. I don't know. And then
I
she
did
talks about
notice
the
you said that
water.
a lot.
Yeah, she's not a pathologist.
That's the one thing that did confuse me because she kept saying when they would ask her questions, she would say that's above my pay grade. So I was like, I thought that would be something that like she would know. But she wrote a book about dead people. Like she said she wrote. I thought they said she was a medical examiner.
That's not a pathologist, though. A medical examiner doesn't do autopsies.
What do they do? Just examine the body?
They're the ones that come and say that it's deceased, right?
Oh.
A pathologist actually does the autopsy. A coroner doesn't do it either. Right.
Wow.
So that's what I kind of got. And then she had no idea. Like, Duty Ron wanted a specific answer about the water in the lungs, and she just screwed that all up. You know what I mean? She was saying, well, if they're in the water that long, yeah, she totally gave not the one answer he wanted to hear.
She said water would seep in.
And it would be more water after time, even if it wasn't a drowning. And I don't think that's the case at all, but I might be wrong. I'm just a guy sitting in my living room, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tara, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but I've heard quite a few people have a theory about the tow truck driver. Some people are speculating about the tow truck backing up to the water and stuff like that, but
I don't think so.
I never got that feeling either, ever.
He don't even drive a tow truck. He drives, you guys, I don't know
He's
what
driving a
state
little
you guys.
van.
Yeah, in Michigan, you guys, those road assistance vehicles, those service vehicles are actually MDOT vehicles, which is Michigan Department of Transportation, which means they're either government vehicles or they're subsidized by the government. And they do exactly that. They change tires, they jumpstart cars, things like this. So to me, and Nick or Doug even said, or whoever on the AWP video said it was his work van. So yeah, he was in a van.
Yeah, van. Yeah,
But
he
being
said I don't tow, like he doesn't tow, that he
right.
No, I don't think
doesn't.
he was. I don't think he was a California DOT because he was dispatched by AAA.
Wait, what
See,
is
who
that?
got AAA? I never got AAA. A lot of people say he worked for AAA.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't.
was electronic. I think he said he was electronically dispatched by AAA.
I
Oh,
don't think
okay.
so. I don't think so
Roadside
at
service.
all.
Roadside service is the words he used.
Yeah, that's not AAA at all.
Yeah. Well, usually it would be.
Go.
AAA handles 90% of the roadside calls in the United States.
Is that her name or go? What is C++?
Well, if
What
you
is
have AAA, if you don't have AAA, then that's not who shows up.
Well, it sounds like that she had an account because he called the account holder back, he said, and went straight to her voicemail. and then they said that they had used the guy's phone to call.
Bubba said he came from Reno. I think he came from Reno too, because Adventures with Purpose said that's where they seen him. They stopped at a Best Buy in Reno.
Mhm.
Yeah, he lives in Reno and he works truckee on the weekends.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I heard too, and that he the type of service he does, he doesn't have to have a license for it.
So this guy JP is claiming that SF Investigates is not licensed in California and thus operating his out-of-state license illegally in California. What out-of-state license? I wonder where he's licensed.
Oh, Christina, that's so nice. Thank you. I don't know what C++ is, though. What does that mean?
What?
You said have your... I guess their name is Go. I hope I'm not butchering it. Go said have your kids learn C++. I don't know what that is.
It's a computer programming language. It'll tire them right out.
Oh, okay.
It'll make their brain hurt. Trust me.
Yeah, read Amber's comment. Or put it on the screen or however you do it, if you can.
I have roadside assistance through my insurance, and it's not AAA that comes with the person in their personal car that comes to help. Oh, I would be nervous if somebody in their personal car came to help. I'd be like, who's
Here's
this
the
stranger?
thing. Just because you have it through your insurance doesn't mean it's not dispatched through AAA. AAA does dispatching for hundreds of roadside service companies. They have the infrastructure already set up.
Right, but
roadside companies to set it up themselves.
My point is,
driver network and a resource network would be
my point is that nothing said it was AAA and nothing confirms it's AAA, so you can't say it's AAA. You can't even assume it's AAA.
So I can assume it's AAA. I worked there for 3 years, and we dispatched roadside for thousands.
But the guy didn't even say AAA.
He said he was electronically dispatched by roadside service.
That doesn't mean anything.
AAA is and was dispatched by AAA. He works for AAA, so yeah.
Thank you, Jim Sharp, for doing the most, girl. Thank you so much.
C++ is a general-purpose programming language created by Danish computer scientist Bjørn Strustrup.
Jennifer found her inner Google.
Jen said, fucking shut up, Brittany. I'll go find it for you. Thank you. I'm sorry. People can be mean on... I didn't know if, like, Go or G... What? I need to know your name. Are you Go or are you G-O? Because some people fucking come tell you something and you'll be thinking that it's like a nice suggestion, and they're really telling you to F off. So I wasn't sure what that was.
Jen has it on lock, quick as a whistle. Yep, she does. I'm trying to find if he said they closed the case, but I just keep finding SF attacking people. He said Adventures with Purpose has their spokesperson defaming me with completely false allegations. Who's their spokesperson? Is that JP guy their spokesperson?
AWP? I think it's Jared, Doug.
It's Jared and
Nick.
Doug, I think.
It's all of them.
Yeah,
they've all got on it.
Is saying that AWP's spokesperson is attacking him.
Shit. Doug needs to be the spokesperson.
Yeah, I like Doug. I like Jared too.
Everybody likes Doug.
Yeah, it's the beard, I'm telling you. He even said, I would get rid of this, but my wife, I have it because of my wife.
Well, you know, that was his way of saying he's taking ladies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's taken.
So how many of y'all think that the tow truck driver's explanation of how the guy and girl were acting, how many of you think it's because they were trying to hide something that was in the back of the car?
I do.
I go back and forth. Like,
see, now I didn't get that impression because he said that the girl didn't want to be around the guy. I think that they were trying to paint a picture that there was a domestic situation going on. That's
a
what
good
I got
theory.
from it.
That's
It's a
that's
good
definitely
theory.
possible too.
I mean, well,
Yes.
that's the two things that I've gone back and forth between. Either
Mhm.
they were trying to create a decoy, and like that's why she was asking crazy questions like about the seatbelt, or if it really happened and it's not a fake story, she could have been trying to keep him around longer. And her way of doing that was making up, stupid conversation because she was afraid.
Mhm.
Maybe she was trying to speak to him in code language and he just didn't pick up on it. If that's
Mhm.
possible. Or it could be like you said, Scott, and it's, you know, a bullshit story.
Well, I think he embellished because him saying that the car wouldn't start because it was in neutral kind of chopped his credibility down for me.
Well, it's possible. There's cars that don't start in neutral.
But
Like,
hers does.
Well, it could have been
yeah,
a drive. It could have been halfway in between gears. Who knows?
yeah, that's possible too. Like
He had the plate number for the car and her phone number.
if they knocked it out of gear, that could. Oh, sorry, I'm stuck on my chair.
I
Um,
think if it was Jagger and it was the next day, I think it was Jagger and Kate, and I don't think they were in Kylie's car. I can't say it was his black car, but maybe it was her car. Maybe she has a silver SUV. I don't know, but I think it was Jagger and Kate, and I think that they were already looking for Kylie, and I think that there might have been something going on between Kate and Jagger, and then he got emotional about Kylie missing because he's still attached, and it kind of put a rift in between them.
but would they
I'm
really be
not
looking for
saying
her
that.
that soon though? Like, all right, so we know that she didn't come home. So the
Sammy.
mom met Mags, I think it was her, and Mags went to Starbucks to wait and see if she got there around 9.
Hmm.
So that was around noon. I mean, I guess it's possible they could have been looking already.
Yeah, and like if some of the
Okay.
kids went to Prosser and he says, okay, well, Boca's closer for me, so we'll head over that way and look over there.
But why not come forward and say, tow truck driver, chill, dude, that was me and Kate. We were out looking for Kylie.
True, true.
And think about the times you get into someone else's car. How often do you look in the way back of their SUV?
Right?
If she was back there already with a pile of hoodies on top of her, you're not going to notice it unless you open the back door.
Well,
Yeah,
and the
but
way
that's what
that, oh, sorry, go ahead, Kate.
I was just gonna say. That's what I think. Like, if that was the case, I think they were acting strange because they were panicking because there was a body in the back and they were trying to keep the guy uh,
Occupied.
Occupied.
occupied, and that maybe he took the situation wrong uh, because he felt like maybe it was like a domestic thing when really it wasn't. And then I feel like maybe she asked that stupid question about the seatbelt because who the hell asks how to buckle your seatbelt?
Unless
Because
it was that way back seat belt that we talk about that's
yeah,
different. It's
maybe
not
they
the
wanted to know
same.
about the way back seatbelt, or maybe they wanted to distract him because he started walking towards the back, and they were like, "Oh, hey, show me how to
Yep.
buckle my seatbelt," you know.
I just don't see her car leaving the scene after the phone ping. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the phone
There's
ping
too
got me.
many there's too many puzzle pieces to have to fit together to make it work. For it to get out of there, get to Boca, the tow truck driver saw it. Then oh no, we can't dump it here now because we saw, and we got to figure out how to get it, and we're gonna take it right back to where the phone ping was. Why wouldn't they dump it in the water anywhere?
Well,
It was right.
the phone ping's within like 100 yards.
Well,
And if you're
I
off with
thought
100 yards, that's supposedly where the party was.
Well, the
about that
party was
last time.
600 yards, but yeah.
I think it was a hard shut off too. I'm not gonna lie. I heard Ellie say in one of the many pressers they had that her phone was shut off. That was their words. I don't think her phone died. I think somebody physically shut it off. And
Or it went in
I've
the water.
I've pondered this and I've thought, what if they shut it off at 12:33? The last ping was at water's edge because somebody had it and they were about to toss it in the water. I mean, now hindsight's 2020. Look at what we're finding in the water today. It's so freaking easy for
Well,
her
you think about
phone.
it. You get into an argument with somebody, and you snatch their phone out of their hand and chuck it in the lake. I mean,
But I don't think Jagger has anything to do with it. I really don't. Like, I know a lot of people saying that they think he was here and all. I don't know why I can't.
the hat is what.
But
what's
see,
got me wondering.
the phone was in her car, you guys.
No, they didn't find the phone in her car.
I can tell you why I think the phone's in her car.
Okay.
If the phone wasn't in her car, they would have, when dude found the stuff in the bottom of the lake, they would have come swarming in with all their boats and trying to get the stuff because they need her phone. They got her phone.
Well, speaking of her stuff that would be on her too, I want to mention this because I think it's odd that Ellie's choice of words. When before they found her body, they put out, I think it was like the second presser they done. They showed her necklaces up close, and it said it did, and the whole bulletin didn't say if you see Kiely. It said if you see these necklaces, please call Placer County Sheriff. That is
Yeah.
odd.
What made you what do you think they were doing there? What do you think made them do
I
that?
think that if Kiely got into a fight with a girl at the party, she took Kylie's necklaces, or somebody at that party got Kylie's necklaces, and they were trying to put that bulletin out to scare whoever it was into coming forward or somebody around them to speak up.
But they didn't have her yet, so how would they know the necklaces were missing?
Because maybe somebody from the party told them, Kylie's necklaces were taken. She thought some girl took them, or
Girl
something
robbed her or
happened.
something,
Yeah, she got robbed of her
Yeah.
necklaces. Why put a bulletin up to say if you've seen these necklaces? I have never seen that happen.
What do you make of the them not putting her date of death in that memorial thing? Like it just says August 2022. Like they
Because
didn't put the date.
the death certificate hasn't been done yet, so they can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you
Well,
guys
like-
think of Elsa's statement?
Well, what did I forget what her statement was?
She was the one that was walking with Kiely and her friend that was giving her a ride, and the friend that had the car asked Kiely, or Kiely fell in a hole first, and they helped her out of the hole, asked her if she was okay, and then Elsa says, or the friend who had the car says, "Hey, do you need a ride? I've got an extra spot." And she says, "No, I'm good," or "No, I got a ride," or whatever she said. And then they said she walked off by herself toward where the cars were parked.
So they
Wow.
offered her a ride drunk.
And that was at 12:30. I don't know if she was drunk, but she fell in a hole, like lost her balance.
Yeah.
And that was at 12:30.
Anybody found that hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Zav Girl did off of what's his name's videos. There's been so many people take videos out there now, but yeah, she found the hole toward the park.
Check
where the
It
parking
TV.
was.
That guy.
It might have been off his video, yeah.
Wow.
Or off
I've heard
SF. Man, she was matching up trees. She's got like exactly where the car was parked, the stumps, everything. She's matched every video, like found everything. It's weird. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, has anybody seen a video or pictures from this party yet?
Yeah, me and Kate was looking at one of them the other night, and that
Were there 200 people there?
I don't know if there was that many people there. I
I'll
really
tell you,
don't.
It doesn't look like
I have
200 to
shows.
me.
I have outdoor shows at my bar all the time, and 200 people is a lot of freaking people.
It seems more like around 100.
I
I
don't.
can see if I can find them.
I don't
Well,
think
you
that
know
somebody.
that one. Go ahead.
I don't think 300 people would fit in that area, because if you have 300 people, you're going to have at the bare minimum 100 cars. And I just want to say real quick too, with that picture, that there's no way to prove that's Kylie's car. We zoomed in on it. Somebody cleaned it up and sent it to me. It is a vehicle because you can see the tires and stuff. But Kate said to her, it looks like a pickup. To me, there's no way to prove that's her car. It doesn't look like it.
In whose video? SF's?
It's the picture from the party that was on Zab's cleaned up.
Oh yeah, right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
There it is.
See the light? See the light in the background?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody mention what that light actually most likely is. It looks like a cell phone light facing toward the ground to me.
Well,
You
I want
see
to
how
know
it's
what
got
they're
the circle
looking
on the
at.
ground like it's pointing down?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it looks like to me, a
It
cell
could
phone
be
light, like
somebody
somebody's
could have
walking
one
in the
of
dark.
those like headlamps on, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Be looking
Yeah.
down.
It's
You
definitely
tell me
pointing at the ground though.
there's that many people at this party, and this is the only picture.
Look
Do you
at
have that whole picture? That one right there that you have blown up? Do you have? Can you back out and show the whole picture?
I have it somewhere. I can after I show these ones, I'll get that one.
Did you
look
ever?
at this
Did
guy in
any
the
of you all
green.
ever? Did any of you ever count how many people are in that picture?
No, but
About 30 to me.
There's
yeah.
30,
Maybe
34
even
people.
less.
34.
34 people in the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy in the green. Look at how there. I do want to know what's going on here because there's something that's got their attention, and it doesn't look like. I don't know. It almost is scary looking, like the way he's peering over there, like he sees something.
Well, the guy in the green is, but the person in the red isn't. The person with their arm up isn't. The guy walking isn't, and the person in the tan pants isn't. It's only the guy in the green right here.
But the guy in the red, it looks like he's got something. He's cradling something as he's walking away. I don't know what he's holding, but looks like he's holding something.
That little kid.
Maybe like a case of alcohol.
It could be. It could be.
I carry all my beer that way.
Kate, do you think the bar pics are from a different party earlier?
They are. They're from July the 24th.
Oh, they are from one?
Yeah. Your Prosser party. That one. Yeah, that's from July 24th, but it is at the same place. It is.
Yeah,
at
there
the
was
same
a guy
place.
with the trucky shirt on, so you know it was in that area because he's wearing a trucky shirt.
Yeah, criminality confirmed it that it was the 24th of July. And I looked for over an hour for Sammy Bono on what is it? Venmo, and I found 2 Sammy Bonos. But the thing is, only one of them has friends, and if there were transactions made for the alcohol, they wiped them or they're private because you can't. It's clean. There's nothing. But I found a bunch of people. I found Jagger and I found Sammy, and I found a bunch of people that follow are friends with both of them on Venmo. And so I looked at all of their transactions for July the 24th around this party and August the 2nd. And there's a couple where they're sending money to each, like this is this one common friend they have, and he's sending money to a person on the 24th and on the 2nd for groceries, which is really weird. Because your kid, well, yeah, and it says for groceries because you can put a reason, when you send money on Venmo, and instead of for stuff or anything, it's for groceries every time. And then Sammy,
like
on her, she's sending money to some dude like multiple times. It says for poker, and that's a couple of mutual friends that her and Jagger have.
We gotta get those names and look them up and see if we can find any pictures on there.
Oh yeah, I'll get you the screenshots and send them in the group, and we can go through it.
Because we might be able to find party photos that way.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking, like, if I look at their mutuals, Jagger has one transaction on his, and he sent, I'm guessing it's his mom, because he's like, I forgot how he said, do that promotion. Hi, mom, or something like that. But
Oh yeah, there's the date, July 25th. So that was a July. So they have these parties all the time. Then, like, this is common.
very organized as well. For you to have signs up like that, you're selling the alcohol. You got
Yeah,
these
I mean,
big
yeah, this
signs.
is like an organized summer thing, and that was probably their last organized party of the summer before they had to go to college. I would have to guess. Let me see if I can find the big one though. Hold on, I gotta go through all the pictures, and I don't want to share personal pictures if they're on there.
I don't know a single park ranger in the state of Minnesota at any of the national parks or state parks that would allow that.
Well, that's what I'm kind of shocked about. And they have a fire pit too. And you know
Well,
how
that's what
California is.
I'm
Huh?
thinking that spot that they partied at isn't. So, like, all right, let me show you guys. Hold on, so
It's
you
not
guys
part
have
of
an
the park.
idea.
It's
Yeah.
federal land though, so I don't think local LE patrols it. So it would have to be
Park ranger.
like park rangers, and I think they're very far and few between, especially at night. I think the staff is like skeleton crew, and there's so many
So,
acres to cover.
all right, here's the little like island, right? This is where they rent out camping. So the party was, I don't know what's up here. Was here, like over here. So I feel like this would be like where they were would be away from the campers. You know what I mean? So maybe they don't, you know, if they do have like security guards and stuff patrolling, they don't really go over here. They could probably stay on like the main road. I don't know. But you would think that some of the campground, well, I don't know. The campground people might not do anything about it because they know other people are camping there. So
I was going to say they do see it because you remember there were witnesses that said they saw a large group of cars come at 9 and then leave at 12:30. But my thing is the fire. You know how California is about fire and regulations. I cannot believe that they get by with having these fires at the party. Especially,
they said there was fires at it?
yeah, they had, there's a,
You can
I
see
don't know what
them
you call it,
in the
like a
video.
barrel. Yeah, that's why, like, even if you go back and look at that bar picture, there's piles of wood that they're sitting on.
Yeah, those bar parties, man, they must have had like 2 or 3 pickup trucks, like with the tables and signs and wood, and they
Right?
came loaded. They had generators and lights and freaking sound system, and
And
they were all hooked up.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's organized. And then you got to
Yeah.
think about, factor in, they're selling alcohol. Look at that sign. They've got rum and coke, vodka and cranberry. They've got a whole menu.
They probably got that set up down. They could have that thing down in like 30 seconds. They probably got a spotter looking for the Ranger vehicle. You know what I mean? And he'd be
Right.
like, text the main crew and be like, "Oh, they're coming," and they'd be having that stuff tore down in like 30 seconds, probably.
Yeah, they obviously have
can
some
just
kind
imagine.
of system if they have
Yeah.
really organized parties. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, this is kind of a funny story, but my dad was talking, you know, years later when it's safe and your parents are older. My dad and my uncle were talking about their like high school partying days, and so we grew up. Where we grew up, we had a lot of like keg parties in the woods because you know nobody's parents would let us go over there, and they did when they were younger too. And my dad said that they got this like little tree, you know, like one that was just recently planted, and they dug out a huge hole, either a tree or a bush, I don't know, but one of the two, and they dug out this huge hole underneath the bush that was in the shape of a keg. And whenever the cops would come, so the cops wouldn't take their beer, they just lift the bush up, throw the keg in there, put the bush back on top, and take off. So you know, kids in that age when you're you know setting up parties and stuff, they get savvy with you have designated people to grab what you need to grab and, whatever. But I mean, I don't think really they dealt with that at all. If they could have these signs in the back of cars that were like a straight up bar, you know what I mean?
There's a reason they call it the sanctuary. And you're talking about preparing. That's what I honestly think when Kate said her and Kiely spent the day of the party making creme brulee. I don't think it was freaking creme brulee. I don't. I think that's code for something else, because how many kids do you know that even know what creme brulee is? If I was to ask my daughter right now, she'd look at me like I'm ridiculous.
What if they were like mixing shooters? You know what I mean? Like
Could
putting together
be.
the stuff for later.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Maybe
Oh,
making
yeah.
jello shots, or some people say creme brulee is a type of weed.
It's a strain, but you wouldn't have to make it, right?
Unless they were making edibles.
Edibles, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is
I don't know, but
there
like
is a creme brulee shot.
Dave's sister, she's that age, and she loves baking and does it all the time. So I don't know. I mean, it could be, but hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find like nighttime drive at the sanctuary. I'm trying to see if I can find anyone who see if anyone has posted about it or talked about why they call it the sanctuary. But I mean, I just don't see, I don't think they ever had to deal with anything. If they're like, for them
I
to
don't
have,
think so either. Mm-mm.
I don't think they had to worry about cops and stuff. I just
The way
don't
the
see
ground looked after, I think people go there and party hard, and it's a place they can go where they're not bothered. That's what it
And I
looked
bet
like.
you all those people came, more people came that time because it's been going on all summer, and more and more people have heard about the parties, and then finally a bunch of people came.
What do you think about Kate dyeing her hair?
I don't really take that with anything big. I mean, dyeing your hair, especially they kind of remind me of like skater chicks who they love dyeing their hair and stuff. So I just don't think it. I don't know. I'm not taking that anything big with that. Kids dye their hair all the time in high school. I did all the time. What would I call it if I can try? Well, there's a. All right, so I just looked up Prosser. Prosser River might be different though. I don't know. Oh, this is a good. Hold on. I kind of want to see. This person went during the day. Who is this? Terry Dean. Hold on. I want to share this real quick.
I know you're 50-50, Kate. Brittany, where were you at before AWP's video compared to where you're at now?
Well, between Kate and I'm more of the one that's always like the conspiracy one.
I can tell.
Yeah, before AWP,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think she was in water the whole time. So before AWP, I thought that maybe she really was like. Honestly, I thought that she went to her car and she crashed and somebody drove off with her, and it just went terribly wrong because we couldn't find the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then now after AWP, I honestly don't think that anyone harmed her physically. More so, I lean towards I think something happened, because you remember Kate. Not Kate. Sammy keeps saying that she drank from every cup that Kiely drank out of.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that something happened, like maybe Kiely had mixed something, or her drink was spiked and she didn't realize it. Something went terribly wrong, and instead of calling for help, they panicked and they had to do what they did to try to stay, not get in trouble. Because
I think I think that's a possibility too, because listen, why? The only thing that I can't get past with just it being a straight accident, which is basically where I'm at, is no proof of party, right? And it went from 100 to 200 and AWP up the ante to 400.
And it
If you
kills
have
me. Yes.
if you
Yeah, the
have
party
all
thing
these
keeps
people,
changing all over. Like, it's really strange. I mean, I
you,
think they were having a. Well, I don't know, because if they were having all these parties every week and it was like a popular thing, if there wasn't actually a party, it would be a good excuse, you know?
Do you
well,
know
if
how
there
many
was if there
hard-headed
was 400 people there, it minor or not, and there was older people there, even if they didn't know Kiely or saw Kiely, if they were even in the area anywhere, there would be pictures and videos of the people,
You
Yes.
see
And
in
almost
right?
location.
Like
That's
if
what
you
happened.
hashtag Prosser
yeah.
Lake or whatever, you would be able to find something, and you
Mm-hmm.
can't. So it's
Yeah.
weird to me. So that's what I can't get by. So I think that if they were out there, it was like a group of friends, like 5 people.
It's not even
Yeah.
weird, Scott. It's illogical.
Well,
Because
it's
kids today
illogical,
with
right?
their
Yeah.
phones, you cannot show me a kid that doesn't have their phone in their hand.
Do you
Right.
know how many hard-headed ass kids would completely disregard any warnings from anybody about posting pictures?
Correct.
And we
So
have one
okay,
big.
just say there was no party, right? And it
Mhm.
never happened that night. We got to figure out why Kiely went out there. And the person
Mhm.
that went with Kiely out there is Mags.
Yes.
So we
And
have to
Sammy.
figure out if there's no party, why did she go? Right.
And why did
That's
Mags try to remove herself from the situation within 15 minutes?
correct.
I got out of there as fast as I could because they were putting bongs in my face.
Right.
And it's so weird because when I replayed Sammy's interview the other night, she flat out said that when she was doing these team to team meetups or whatever, that there were thousands of pictures, or not that, I think she said hundreds of pictures and videos that people are, and I'm like, wait a minute, really? Where are they?
So
Where
if there
are they?
was no party, then the friends would have to be involved because we got Sammy saying that there was and she was there. Mag
Well,
saying that she
they
went.
could
Elsa.
they don't have to be involved though. Like just say that Kiely drove off like Elsa said and nobody saw her and she was by herself and she just drove in the water, right? If there was only 4 or 5 of them there, they might be shitting their pants because they don't want to be blamed for her death because she's only 16 and they were providing drugs or the Trulies or whatever else they had. So they could be like scared to death that, you know what I'm saying? That they could be in big trouble, even though they didn't do anything and they don't know anything. That's just,
Sorry. Go ahead.
that's just, I'm not saying that's how it is. I'm just saying that's a possibility. Or they could have been involved and pushed her in, like you said.
You mentioned something that's had me intrigued too. So she was 16. Obviously, none of her friends are 16 because she graduated, 3 years early, 2 years early?
They're 18 and up.
Yeah, so
Everybody else.
And they all,
yeah.
I mean, they look like they're in their freaking 20s.
Yeah.
To me. So
Look at the trees on all the sides too. Like, how would you not wreck into, driving drunk? You would think. I don't know. Let me stop. I didn't mean to talk over you.
There's not really room to turn around either.
I have a theory on why she went that way and why she went in the water.
I agree. That's a pretty good theory. Like your theory about that.
I found the SF drone footage where it shows where I'm talking about, and I got maps, but I don't know if you want me to share my stuff.
Yeah. Do you have screen sharing, or do you need me to do it?
I can share my screen.
Okay.
Let me find the.
I got a lot of comments saying that they liked your theory, Scott.
Which one?
The last time I had you on.
The one how she drove and why she did it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, if you take everybody's words out of it, and all you have is the last ping, the phone shut down, her vehicle's 50 foot from the ping, 600 yards from the party. Nobody saw her vehicle or her anywhere after that, right? And she's found right there. So if you take everybody's words out of it, then logically, she straight drove from the party, and you can't really say anybody else was driving her car, right? The driver's window was intact when AWP found it. I can't see somebody driving that car in the water in the dark on purpose and trying to get out because their likelihood of drowning is high, right? I wouldn't do it. So
we lost Scott. Hey, Circle Box.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Scott. The StreamYard's in chat. If you want to come back up, and Brittany, they both hopped off.
Oh.
So what do you think, Circle Box?
In this
Did you
case
watch
is
the Duty Ron interview?
what's that?
Did you watch the most recent Duty Ron interview?
No, I have not. I'm gonna have to go check that channel out.
Yeah, he just interviewed Nick, the diver who found Kiely. And the only thing that I found really strange was that when they asked her body position, he said, "I saw feet, but we know in the video he says he saw shoes."
Yes.
And then he says, I saw leg," or he goes legs and then says skin, which really had me like, why would he say skin if she had pants on? But
Yeah, maybe they rode up, like maybe on her calf.
Yeah, maybe they were like floating up. I don't know.
am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
At the same time, I kind of wish they like wouldn't do like interviews and kind of give like little hints and stuff because it adds to the confusion. Because they can't come out and just say what they want to say. They got to hint at it, which adds even more confusion to the confusion that's already out there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. Then it gets everybody taking every little word that they're saying. We just listen, AWP. Just give us as many keywords and hints as possible without saying it. You know.
I think they're getting what they want. They're creating a frenzy on the internet. I think that's exactly what their goal is. That's just me, but
Do you think they're doing that because of how Lindsay's was attacked them, I guess?
I think they're doing it because of how they were treated by LE.
Well, that's not the first time they were treated that way. I mean, they came out in one of their videos and said there is a certain agency they won't work with, but they did not name the name of the agency. Government agency.
Right.
Sally, if you're still in here, I got your email. Thank you.
Who are we talking about now? I'm lost because I kicked myself off.
AWP. He was saying that he thinks that they're doing this because of the way, like they're starting a frenzy on purpose because of the way
the way they were treated and the way LE handled it. Like they sat and watched them fumble the recovery. Like they sat there and watched it and they know it was all the wrong way, right?
Well, I don't think they're. I disagree with you on that. I mean, I know AWP did say, depending on how law enforcement goes, is going to depend if they release the other footage they have. That kind of tells me they're kind of telling law enforcement, hey, you better go down the correct road or we're going to end up releasing what we have, making you look like bigger fools.
But Jared did say that it was a completely different theory that nobody's talked about, which makes me believe that it's totally unrelated.
I mean, there's so much out there, so many rumors, hearsay. It's, I don't know. Like I said, this whole case, there's very few known facts that we actually have. Very few facts.
Yeah.
Pretty much 608, then the ping of the phone. And that's pretty much it. They find the vehicle,
the location of the car.
Yeah, and that's it. Now in between 6:08 and 12:33, we don't know anything. We don't know where Kiely went after 6:08. Did she go hang out with Mags, or did she go pick up Sammy, or did she go get alcohol?
But they do.
Yeah.
There was something else too I want to mention about that from Sammy's interview. If any of you have not went back and watched Sammy's interview since Kylie's been found, I suggest doing it because there's a lot of insight. She said that when she mentioned her and Kylie going back to the car at the party, her voice gets really shaky. She starts to fumble over her words. She completely just ceases up and freezes. And then when she conveniently remembers what they were talking about, she's like, "Yeah, we were just talking about her texting her mom." And then she moves on to talking about something else. But as she's saying it, she mentions really quickly and kind of under her breath that her and a group of friends walked back to Kylie's car. So and then she mentioned that they went back to the car multiple times. Who were the group of friends that was with them? Because
I don't
Mag
think Sammy was. I don't think Sammy was even there myself. Nobody else put Sammy there.
So
well,
why?
This party was not 300 to 400 people. I know the police said they confirmed it. I'm not buying it. Maybe 30 to 40 people is more reasonable for the photos that's out there. The actual photos out there of this party is about 30 to 40.
Yeah, it's.
What'd you say?
Oh, I just said bye to Big Al because he left a message that he had to go. But I agree that there's definitely wasn't that many people. Just because where Sammy says that all the kids were standing and everybody was parked at, it's a small area.
Yeah.
I don't even know if 100 people could stand in that little area with all of their cars.
Yeah, nothing. Like I said, nothing makes sense, and that's also like the red flags I seen with Kylie's mom. On day one, on August 6th, she realizes Kylie's not home. Instead of calling her daughter, she pings her daughter's location, and it shows on the family app 12:03. It last pinged at the campground, 12:03 a.m. Okay, and then instead of going to the campground herself or trying to call her daughter, she calls her daughter's dear friend, whoever that is, and meets up with her at Starbucks. But before she meets up with the dear friend at Starbucks, she tells the dear friend that Kylie's phone last pinged at the campground at 12:03 a.m. The dear friend goes over there looking for the vehicle. Lindsay never went over there on day one to try to find her daughter. She wasn't in a hurry to find her daughter. I think she already knew.
Do you know who the friend was that she met at Starbucks?
No, just a dear friend is all she would say.
Well, that's where if you take how the mother's acting and if you take how Jagger's acting, that the S factor comes in, which nobody wants to talk about.
The what factor? I'm sorry, my phone.
I don't want to say it on her stream, but
no, say it again. Say the letters.
Unaliving herself.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's still a possibility, but nobody. I mean, you don't want to talk about that with us, obviously, with a bright 16-year-old girl, but
I don't really. I don't think that's really possible. I think if anything, it would make more sense that it was a accident and she freaked out. And you got to keep in mind, it's pitch black out there. She might not have seen the windows were down, might not have seen exactly where the water was coming in. She freaked out, panicked. Her mind was already fogged from the alcohol and possible drugs.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to get away from the water, climbs up over the back seat to try to get herself obviously further away from the water, not knowing she traps herself. Then it flips.
Follow the air.
Yep. Then it flips. It goes down. She's stuck. She doesn't know how to get out, and she's done.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the way that they are saying the car went in? And okay, what was it you said at the beginning of your live? It went in like flipped sideways.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
think it went in facing the front facing out towards the lake, and then it went inside, like went in and flipped. But here's another thing. All right, so Queen was just saying tonight that somebody sent her a picture of Kiely at the party. She took a picture of herself at the party and snapped it.
Yes.
So that could, if that's the case, that could, her family got this picture that she snapped of herself at the party. Now that, I don't know how many people are in the picture, but if you can see the party in the background, then that does create a party. You know what I mean? I mean, they were there for something, but if it was a party, maybe it was just a couple people, or maybe it was a party. But
Hey,
it
wow.
could be a couple of them drinking and saying it was a big party to absolve them of getting in trouble.
Like there's all these other people, and there was older people, and they this and that,
Oh.
right?
Yes, the S theory. So Zav, I think it was Zav. I can't even remember. I've watched so many lives on this. Was looking at a picture of Kiely, and the one where she's in that black gown, and she's leaning up against the wall, and she has her arms like this on either side, and it very much looks like she has like slices all over her arm. I mean, you could, like, if you zoomed in, you could see it. It just looked like she was like, cutting herself, I guess.
I think that was the wrist surgery.
Well, no. Well, I mean, yeah, you can see one going this way, but then you see like a bunch of lines like this.
Like little ones.
Little thin lines all over her arm. And then that got me thinking. And then I remember Jagger saying things like, I hope you're finally at peace now, and things like that. So made me think maybe it was like, like it could be that,
Deleting herself.
Could be. Okay, so let me give you, I'll do my theory here, Kate, I got my map and I got the drone footage too, to show. And I think that even Verna drove this way. I can't say for sure, but by the way she said it. So you guys have heard about the shortcut, somebody talking about a shortcut, right? So the party was right around in this area right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like right in here? Okay.
Yeah,
And this road here is more of a trail going out to 89, so people didn't go that way. They were coming up here, right? And you had to turn right or you had to turn left. And everybody was turning left, and they were going all the way up here, all the way to 89, way up here.
Right.
Am I right so far? Okay, she lived way south on 89, right? Okay, so
she lived even more south of that.
Okay, so if you go to where the party was, which is right here, and you come up to, and you can't go this way because this is like almost a cliff. It's a really sharp
that
hill.
dirt road cross right there? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I see.
This isn't a dirt road. This is actually just if you zoom in, it's only a trail. See, there's the road. It's a trail. Okay. So, and that shows in the people's videos on their little drive videos. Okay, so everybody was going this way and they were turning left. Yeah. Okay.
And if there was hundreds of people, there'd be a long ass line of cars if she was rushing to get home.
Yes.
And then the boys, then you got the boys, and they got in a fight and the road was blocked and blah blah blah. Right? Okay. So, and you can't go this way anywhere because that's like a really steep cliff. Everybody who's been there says that's really steep right in here.
You can kind of see it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if she turned right instead of left, okay, she went this way, and then at the little tree, she turned this way and she drove, and this water level in here is really low. The water's probably up to here right now, but she drove right off the end of here in the water, right? Okay. Now, if you weren't to turn that way and go in the water, if you kept going, you would drive right along here, go right through this little gully, right around here, and you end up in this neighborhood, and 89 is right there.
Yeah, it's really a lot faster. I see.
It's my question though. Is 89 just a street, or is 89 like a highway where you have to get on like?
It's not a freeway. Look, it's not a freeway. The roads just come up to see their stop sign.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a 2-lane 4-lane. It looks like right here, State Road,
So
right?
to avoid traffic, she could have went that way.
And took a
Yes.
wrong turn on that
Yeah.
left.
Okay.
If you go back to it,
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
let me show you drone real quick.
I will tell you too, looking at that footage where the guy retrieved her things out of the water yesterday, I haven't really paid close attention to just how steep that hill is right there coming out of the water, but it's
Yeah,
pretty steep.
he was walking this
Yeah.
way, and he was walking with his dog up here, and it's steep.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
AWP even said if you're not down there on that shoreline, you would not have seen her driving down there at all. And once she got so far down the hill, they said it had been like she disappeared. You wouldn't have seen anything or heard it.
Yeah.
Even this is downhill, all the way back here. All this is downhill, all
Yeah.
the way back to here.
See that
Yep.
curve right there? She would have had to take that left right there. Yeah, where your mouse is. She took
Right
that
here.
road. Yeah. She
went
turned
this way.
left.
Yes.
He was saying
Circle
maybe
back.
she took a wrong turn. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Okay, so
You want to?
here's my theory. Let me go back to, it's not really a theory, it's just if it was a complete accident and why she went that way. I gotta stop that one to share another one because I should just share my whole, I guess I should just share my whole screen so I don't have to go back and forth.
You're absolutely,
It's fine if you want to go back and forth. I don't care.
Christina, you absolutely are 100%, and I'm glad that you're here.
It's a lot easier to screen share if you have multiple monitors, FYI.
I know I usually do, but I'm moving my setup so it isn't.
I have 3 monitors, so I'll be screen sharing.
Wow.
Down, put one up.
I have 2 cell phones I use.
Well,
Okay.
I game, so I have a gaming laptop, and then I have a real big, curved, fancy, like, gaming monitor. And then I have just, like, a regular one that's on an arm that I can move around. Like, if I want to bring it closer or flip it or whatever, I can.
What you eating, girl?
Pizza. I'm starving.
I
You gotta
thought she
share.
I
You
thought
gotta
she
share.
On it. If y'all were here, I'd share. It's actually really good pizza. They have, like, a sweet sauce.
No, you gotta send some our way.
I like white sauce pizza.
What?
Like white
Instead
pizza?
of red sauce pizza, I like white sauce, like the Philly steak and cheese pizza, the chicken Alfredo.
I guess that's fine, but pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Okay, so
I got
now
my
dispatchers
screen
all
cake.
okay.
Yeah, I can't do pineapple on a pizza either.
Okay, so back to the map. If she went this way, she took a left, like you said, and she drove right off the water, right?
Yeah.
And if she would have took, it's not even a left or a right, really. It's a Y in the road, kind of, right? When you see the footage of the little tree tree right here. Yeah. I mean, it kind of is, I guess. But okay, if she would have drove this way, let me go to the footage. Okay, here's drone footage.
Wow.
Now that was the party spot. Okay, now see the road on the right? He
Yes.
spins around to the left. Right there.
Oh, got you. Yeah,
The
it is.
neighborhood is right here,
So
and
it's
89
really
is right through
small.
here. Yes.
That's what I was saying, Kate, about the area where the party was supposedly at. It's tiny. It's tiny for 300 to 400 people.
Yeah.
So to cross this, look at it's way smaller than the width of a car even. The road is bigger than
Yeah.
this. So, and it's
Yeah.
hard packed, right? There's only a little bit of sand on top and it's really hard. So I
There's
think
not like a lot of rocks. It doesn't look like there's a bunch of rocks or anything there. It just looks like sand and a little bit of
it looks
water.
like they put stuff to block it and people just go around it. And it's heavily traveled. If you look, it's heavily traveled.
Yeah.
It's not a trail. It looks really packed road that people use. Right. So that's the most logical way for her to get home. And I'm not sure, don't quote me 100%, but I believe Verna drove through this in her car. She came in the short way. So if you look at that.
Oh wait, so the girl who
there's the
drove
gully,
there,
right?
she drove in that way?
The girl drove in that way.
Oh.
So
It
you
is a lot bigger.
right on the very right of your screen, you can see how narrow it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, now follow this road. And she went off right here.
Yeah.
I think it comes around and shows.
It would
This
be
is
an
great
easy
footage.
Yes, is
See
this
it?
on YouTube?
Right here. She drove right here. This is where she turned left, right here at this tree, at this right here. She drove right around there and went in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard left.
Well, not real hard. It's like a curve. It's not like a city street, right? Like a block. It's not a square left.
Well, true, but
yeah, it's a 90-degree left. So if she would have went this way, and I think she was, this is just my theory if it's a complete accident, I think she intended to go this way, and I think because of this water right here that she knew she had to cross, and it's dark, and either she had some shrooms, she was tripping, she drank some Trulies, maybe nothing.
creme
If she
brulee.
was if she was expecting to see water that she had to cross, when she went down this and saw the water, she could have thought it was the other water and like just stayed right on the gas and drove right into it.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I feel like it's a accident, but at the same time, I still have a feeling there could be someone else somewhat involved.
Because
But I
the
believe she
party,
did end
because
up
there's
drowned.
because there's no proof of party. That's
Exactly.
what does it. Yes.
Yes, and I believe either way it goes, I believe it's going to be ruled that she did end up drowning. And
Me too.
you know, and it's very sad, but she climbed in that back seat either herself or somebody placed her in the back seat thinking that she was already gone and she wasn't. Those
Can
are
you
my
play
two theories.
Just play the footage, like start it over and just let it play.
Yeah, can we watch it from the beginning? Because this is some great footage.
This
Yeah,
here?
I never saw this.
I just
Yeah.
wanna
Oh,
see.
okay.
Okay, because I was thinking with your theory, it would fit because I've been trying to figure out that soft sand. But if she did what you are thinking,
So she was found
then
right there.
her being on soft sand would be
She
no
was
big
found right
deal.
here.
Yep.
She
It would
drove
be no
straight
big-
off this right here. Zoom. Her car's
Yeah.
right here right now, and he don't even know it.
Oh, it was there. It was there at that time.
This is
Yeah.
before she was found. Yep.
Oh, God. Oh, is this the footage, Kate, we looked at and we're trying to see if you could see a car? I wonder if this is the same one.
They're all laughing at me because earlier, you know how MILF Patrol was on her laptop?
Yeah, you're
Well, I
searching.
do-
You got porn
I do-
search
Oh, God.
history now, chick.
I googled MILF Patrol and it was just like, just all porn. It's just
Now,
nothing
right
but-
here, you guys, to the right is where AWP had to watch from.
Okay. Wow. It's beautiful there, though.
It is.
Oh yeah,
Stunning.
all the
Water
videos
looks
I've
stunning.
seen, all the
Look at how
videos
clear
I've
the
seen of
water
the
is.
area,
Look at
it's
how clear
beautiful.
the water is.
Yeah, it's just receding though.
Tattoo sent me a picture of her family. They were at Lake Tahoe swimming, and the water is freaking so clear. It's
It's
so
like-
clear there.
It's like here. We have glacier water. The lakes
Yeah.
here are glacier water. Yep.
But it's
Now
cold water.
Notice all the tracks everywhere.
Yeah.
And everybody
Now
said,
this
well,
is
how
what I
come they
want to look
didn't
for.
how come they didn't steer tracks into the water? Look
See
at all the
that,
places
girl?
they go.
That's what I wanted to see. Like if there were tracks around the. Does
So
he
is
go
this
around
like
the
sand
shore
or
when
is
he-
it like hard packed? Like, you know, like how in Australia they have that like hard packed dry dirt that's like,
It's hard.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
look how much the water's receded right there. I mean, you could see where it was once at.
Yeah.
California has a freaking drought. But I want to see, like, hopefully he'll go around the shoreline of where she was at.
Now see where it gets soft is where it's wet. But if it's not wet, it's hard.
That water is beautiful. It's just you would have to look at it in a time where the sun wouldn't reflect off of it though,
Her
because
car is right here.
see, it's impossible to see her car.
Yeah, you can't look at the clouds. You gotta look for something that's moving with the water.
Yeah.
He has another video though. I think you can actually see it.
Oh, you can actually see the car.
Okay,
Yeah,
is
and
that the
another.
lane right there where you think she went off? Because I'm trying to.
Yeah, back a little bit though. Like
Okay.
right. Let me back up where you can see. See, that's the tip.
Yeah.
So her car would have been like right over in here somewhere.
And see, I heard that it rained on the 7th. So that would wash away any tire tracks potentially.
Because her tracks would have been really light, right? Because she was just rolling.
Yeah. It's so heartbreaking though to think that she's in there while we're watching, at that time she was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really disturbing to know now when you're looking at the vehicle and trying to see stuff inside of it. She's inside of it. It's just, yeah.
Yeah,
See,
or
he actually parked where she drove, where the car went. Well, I can't say she drove, but
Yeah.
where her car went.
Well, and see, the police botched this whole thing. They botched this entire investigation. I mean,
and this is the turn right here.
On the recovery, when Kate and I played it on her live or whatever, remember, Kate, when they had the helicopter circling? We did see some weird tire tracks on the side of the little island.
Well, people were saying I guess it lives in the area that ground is like hard packed and it doesn't really leave much of a tire track.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what some of the locals said.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's like wet.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because the tire tracks that we saw were deep. And it looked like they were out there playing around or maybe spun off or something. It was bad.
Now, have you all heard? I asked this before. It was out there that somebody, supposedly some parents, went out there at 4:30 in the morning to clean up the party.
My parents would never go out in the woods at 4:30 a.m.
Yeah, I mean that seems really odd. But then again, with this entire case, it doesn't seem that far fetched that it possibly happened.
Where did you hear that, Circle Box?
I heard it in a few streams a few weeks ago, and then when I was searching for some more information, there's like this comment thread thing. I seen people talking about it, but I didn't save the comment thread or anything. So I'm trying to find it again. But I don't know. It's just I wouldn't be shocked if it was true. Honestly, because of how this case is, because everything in this case is bizarre. From friends to the mom to the cops, everything.
But if you take all the words out of it, it's not bizarre.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, there's no sand, Brittany. Britt Marie is from around that area.
Yeah, there's like a light layer on top. Like it's really, I haven't been there, but from what I've gathered, yeah, she's right. Like it's all
like a dusting. It's like a dusting on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's so clean. The rocks and stuff.
But you would think, though, the police would at least tape the area off where her phone last pinged and really search the area. I still believe the police did find the vehicle. They just didn't want to admit they found it and pull it out because they wanted whatever evidence to, kind of go away where there'd be nothing to, like, no blood work, none of that type of deal. It sounds like a cover up. I've heard other people say that, but kind of makes sense because the police directed AWP away from Prosser. They directed them to Donner Lake and then to Boca. And from what I understand, the police were there with them at those. But then when they went to Prosser, the police left. And then they want to cry that AWP called them last. It's like, well, why'd y'all leave?
So gorgeous. It really is beautiful.
What I want you guys to notice too, it might not mean anything, but look at how much smoother this this road here seems to be than where it is when you're back in the woods by
Right.
the party and going the other way. Yeah, this here seems a lot smoother way to go. It just seems to me that that's the more logical way for her to get home.
You know, when we first looked at the maps, like if you do like a sky view of that area, it's like a small island surrounded by water. Like it's
A
everywhere.
peninsula. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And that I don't know, that's just not a place that I would want to go drinking and partying. It's like an accident waiting to happen.
Have you guys watched like all other the like the AWP solved videos where they found the different 20 some people?
Um, so I have to shamefully admit that I hadn't really watched AWP until this, but my friend Jen Sharp, she knows all of it. She's been watching him since he started.
Okay, they use the same format. So what they do is they go off the last phone ping, or they go off the where they were last seen, right? And then they talk to family about the state of the mind of the person, and they talk to LE to find out whatever, wherever they've searched and whatever tips they can release to them. And then they think about the most logical thing. Okay, so in this case, I just want to show you guys how AWP did it. So in this case, you've got her phone ping. I can't say exactly where it was, but the party's here. People are saying it was 50 feet from her vehicle, which would put it right at the shoreline right here. But wherever her phone ping was, it was somewhere in this area, right? So then her vehicle's never seen again. Her and her vehicle, they're just gone, right? So when they come here, if you look at this area, like you said, how it's a peninsula,
Mm-hmm.
look at the roads and think of where are the most likely spots that you would drive into water. One is this boat ramp, and
Mm-hmm.
one is this road, and that's it.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
can
Yeah.
drive in anywhere, right? But the roads that you have this and you have this. And when AWP went to Prosser Lake, Doug was here, Nick was here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly how they find
Yep.
people. It's the ping where the car and the person was last seen. There's water. Where are the most logical spots? Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the police directing them away from Prosser?
Well, the police didn't. It was the tow truck driver that actually did that.
Well, police did tell him that they
They said
Alleged-
it was
extensively.
searched.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically
see, they
tell them
don't-
to go.
They don't veer when police have already looked, because like I live by the Nadine Moses case that they solved, and Nadine Moses she was seen on video passing a police station. 3 minutes later, her phone did a hard shutdown, and we have 100 and some foot deep river that's fast flowing. It's a freighter channel, and we have like Coast Guard dive teams. I mean, majorly, really super experienced and good. And they searched everywhere in that river and couldn't find her. And AWP came in and dropped their boat and found her in 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
it happens all the time.
That is a good point. That's the other area that's like a road that goes straight into the water. Like it's almost like
This one
Sorry.
right here.
This is my phone.
Yeah. This road right here, that's got cement though. See the concrete? It's got like a concrete. See it?
Yeah.
And the water's
Oh
so
yeah, I
low,
shared a picture of that, and if you look at that, like a picture on Google, it literally looks like a road. Like you can't even, and it turns a little bit, so it looks like you're driving on a road from Google. It's scary. Like at night, I would think that
you
that
could
was
drive
a
right
road.
off the end of this boat ramp and not
Yeah.
realize you were going in the lake. Same thing.
Yep.
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 So you have that road and you have the road she went down. And the only bad part about this Google Maps is the water level's way lower than it is now. It's like, see, this is almost dry. And in the drone footage, this has got water, right? So the water level's probably right around. So in this picture, her car would have been still on the dirt. Where her car was found is like, well, it was a little off the road. It's probably right here where her car was found.
Yeah, somewhere probably right in the area because that water's been receding pretty fast. So,
and this is way lower. This picture is way lower water level than what it is now. So
when was that picture taken? Do you know? Does it say?
It says map data 2022, but it's not because the water doesn't look like that. Yeah, if you go from this to the drone footage, it's totally see this tree. It's almost an island.
Yep.
Okay, and then if you go back to maps, that tree is right there.
Oh wow.
So now, now the water is way up here going, you know what I'm saying? Going right around it. Yeah, that's almost like an island right now. And this is all water right here full.
Gotcha.
See this gully is still only about 3 foot. This right here, see where they drive right through it? But in the drone footage.
Oh, in that one you could just drive right through it. There's not even any water.
Yeah, in this footage, if you back up just a little bit.
It almost just looks like a rain puddle right there.
It's right there. It's right here. But you can see this road is heavily traveled. See it? Let me get back. Right here. Look at how heavily traveled that road is. Across there. So that's...
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. I mean, she could have went down that road, thought missed the turn, didn't know she went that way, seen the water and says, oh, there's the gully because she's facing downhill. Her headlights are only going to show a little bit. She might have gassed it thinking that she had to cross this little thing right here. And boom, in she went.
Yeah. Yeah. See, a lot of people don't think that she was driving because they said the seat looks like it's moved further back than what it should be.
If you compare that picture of her car with the doors open, there's a picture of her car with the doors open. If you compare that picture in the seats and then when it was coming up out of the water, they're in the same spot. You gotta remember
they looked similar.
It's a little SUV, so the seats are going to be like back where the pillar is.
Yeah,
because it's a 4-door.
Yeah,
If you go,
it's a small SUV.
Yeah, anybody that's got a 4-door, go out and look at your car and stand straight. You know, look at it perfectly to the side and look at where the window pillar is and look at where your seats are on a 4-door. Yeah, they didn't look way back to me.
No, I thought they looked similar to the other photos that they showed of the car. I mean,
it's pretty tall.
It looks similar.
It's like what, 5'7"? I'm
5'7".
Yeah, but was she? You know, she could have been, you know, all legs too.
Drop my damn. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I just dropped the whole shelf up the front of my drawing desk. Whoops.
Oh no.
It didn't break, luckily.
Yeah.
No, but it seems like though. Seems like that girl had nobody in her life that truly cared for her. It seems like, and that's really sad.
It kind of seems like she was trying to fit in with the older kids. Like she didn't get along with, well, maybe not get along, but she didn't fit in with the girls her age because of she was advanced in school.
I think it's maybe like the homeschooling thing. She was advanced and she was homeschooled, so maybe she didn't like. Maybe a lot of kids in the area went to school together, and she was kind of like, you know, didn't fit in really.
And I don't feel like everybody says she was young, so she's an inexperienced driver. I don't think she was. I think she was new on pavement with stop signs and red lights.
Yeah.
But I think from where having the lodge like that, I think they had tractors, snowmobiles, 4-wheelers, side-by-sides. Yeah. There's videos showing her driving off-road through the tunnel with or wherever that was with the boulders and stuff. I think she was really experienced behind the wheel of a vehicle, especially in terrain like this.
Well, the only thing that changes that is drugs and alcohol and possibly drugs.
Well,
That
if the shrooms were in play, if she was tripping, then this was an easy accident because
We know
she,
Sammy likes shrooms because her Insta account was like Sammy with a mushroom next to it. So
yeah.
she was hanging out with Sammy. It wouldn't put it past me if she was taking shrooms, which would make it a lot more confusing for her driving.
But everybody like hyper analyzes what Sammy says, but I don't think Sammy knows anything. I think Sammy
I don't
inserted
know.
herself to feel important.
I do
yeah,
too.
she was
I
BSing
think
her way around YouTube and all that.
I mean, I don't know what kind
I
of
think she was at school like one of those people who put together events and stuff. I think that's just like her personality. I think she put together those parties. She put together stuff at school. Like she's just one of those people who just jumps to like
Yeah, she just wants to feel
organize
important.
shit. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she wants to be important.
take all the things that she was wrong about. Like she didn't know the car didn't have no sunroof. She didn't know what Sammy was wearing. She says she's the last person that spoke to Sam or to Kiely, but she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think she knew anything.
I don't either. I think she liked the spotlight, after the first interview or second interview that she got on TV. I think she really liked the attention and the spotlight, and then just kept it going by kind of BSing her way, like on some of these YouTube channels. I don't know if she went on other platforms, but I know on like YouTube, it seemed like she's BSing her way. I don't think Sammy knows anything. I told people that from the beginning. I think she's BSing her way through all of it to feel important and to stay in the spotlight.
I heavily disagree with that one.
Yeah, she thinks Sammy's
she
involved.
knows something and she freaked out, and she was trying to stay close to the investigation.
Ghost says Sammy reminds me of Amber Heard. I wasn't gonna say Amber Heard, but I think that if Sammy has any like mental stuff going on, I believe she could be borderline, which is what Amber Heard has.
Histrionics.
And
yeah.
I have nothing to prove this, so I'm not saying like that this is definitive. This is merely my opinion from body language and from the things she says. I don't know if there was some type of beef they had. I know that there was something that had to have happened between them to split up. And the reason I say that is because of their social media account. My daughter is 17. She just turned 17, and as soon as she gets into a fight with one of her little friends, the first thing they do is go unfollow each other on their social medias. And Sammy and Kiely weren't following each other. But I think that there's some type of jealousy there or issue there of some kind, because she harped on how beautiful Kiely was. Like, she'd say that all the time. Instead of saying Kylie's into this or that, she likes to do this. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
What do you think about Kylie's mom?
Her mom?
Yes.
I don't know yet, because like I said, I told you on my channel today, I'm not sure because she's been a victim in my mind, so I haven't really looked into her beyond anything else. So I'm gonna look what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's just it's definitely very weird and makes her look suspicious, in my opinion. Seems like she knows more than what she's saying.
Like, what makes you think that she knows more than what she's saying? Like, how do you pick that up? Like, what did she do that makes you think
just
that?
By how she's been talking, and also from the very beginning, she refused to go look for her daughter on day one. She wouldn't go to the campground. She sent a friend to go to the campground. Then she went on TV and said that she's not trained on how to find missing children, so she's not going to search for her own daughter. And she's not a investigator, so she's not going to question or talk to Kylie's friends to try to get information.
Wasn't one of her interviews at the campground though?
She showed up at the campground, yes. But she came out and said she wouldn't search and she wouldn't talk to the friends to get any information. That still doesn't set well with me.
I think there's a rift in the family between mom and new husband and dad and rest of the family.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like the way they don't communicate, the way they don't talk. And then same with Sammy. You notice Sammy's on one side by herself, and then you got Kate and Jagger on the other.
I did think that was strange so like it seemed like at the campsite when they had that like convention type thing where everyone was there searching, the search party, it looked like Mags and Sammy were talking together and doing things together, but then I found it really strange that they were denying that Sammy was even friends with her. Like, why were they hanging out and doing interviews together at the campsite, but then them going behind her back and telling people in messages that she wasn't even friends? I just thought that was so strange. Like, why even hang out with the girl if you don't like her? Like, obviously they don't like her. Like, why are you going and telling people, oh no, they're not friends? And then while they're searching, she's like wearing a t-shirt with her and they're standing next to each other.
Talking about what's organizing the teen to teen. I found that odd too, Kate. I thought that was really weird.
Like they were hanging out together. Like,
yeah.
Like Mags and her and all them, they were hanging out together at the search thing, but then they're messaging people saying, oh no, she wasn't even friends with Kiely.
Yeah, that is so freaking weird.
Yeah, and also another thing that points me to kind of believe they possibly know more is Amy. I don't know how you say her last name. I just call her Amy Q. She set the GoFundMe up on August 7th when nobody supposedly knew nothing, but yet it was set up under emergencies and they had to click tragedy. That had been the only category it would have fit. At that point, they didn't know if Kiely just met a guy, lost her phone at the party that night and then met a guy and went and hung out with him and stayed with him. Nobody knew at that point what happened.
And early on, didn't we have a guy say that he slept next to her car?
Yes,
yeah, a homeless guy.
When he woke up, it was gone?
Yeah, that was a homeless guy. And he said when he woke up, her car was gone.
Yeah, I remember that. Tara, thank you. Yes, we got to get Kate to 1K. And Circlebox said he's almost to 1K as well.
Well, here's the thing, you guys. I'm not a true crime guy. I don't like putting it on my channel. And nobody big would pick me up when I went to search for Summer Wells. And so I basically had no choice but to put them stuff on my channel. But I do art, right? Mm-hmm. So, Kate, if you want to get to 1K, then come over. I'll help you. Come over on mine, and we'll draw something like doodle and talk about Kiely, and hopefully I can get you some.
I'm actually
that's
really
awesome.
I'll do that.
Because I got 4,400 at 4.4 or something. I don't even know.
Oh, awesome, Scott. I'll go sub to you. Kate, that's a good idea. Y'all draw and talk about true crime.
And if and then I can tell people to go sub to you because you're the true crime person.
Well, take my email down so that way you can hear.
Because that's why I go on panel, because I don't want to talk about my theory and what I think on my channel, because I'd rather just keep it drawing.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you into true crime, Scott. You can come to mine and Kate's channels.
And nobody comes to my channel because all I do is if you're an insomniac, go watch my videos because I'll put you to sleep for sure.
Hey, Kate, you're also welcome on my channel as well. I'm almost to 1,000 subs myself, so I can help send people your way, and I have no problem, doing that. I'll help out anybody. I don't care.
I put my email.
Does Brittany got a channel too?
Yeah, allegedly with Brittany J. See the name under her picture? That's her channel name.
Is she your true crime too?
I have no label. Mine is we'll be
Whatever it
talking
wants
true
to be.
crime one day. Next day I'll be telling you about my problems at home. Like I have open platform.
Don't put her in a box.
Yeah, I don't. Never have.
And then you like test socks, and then the next day it's like cooking.
Oh no,
Right?
hell no.
No.
No. I don't do the cooking and DIY kind of shit. No, but
No.
yeah, check it out. You'll see. It's just random.
I gotta write down an email.
Hold on, I'll get their all
You have
their
IG?
channels.
Me, yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
you got
there you
IG?
go.
Do
You
I
have
got what?
IG?
Yeah.
Instagram. Well, he does too. I have
I've
IG
had-
as well.
Mine is just my channel name. You could it's just Kate Does Crime. Like
Mine is too. Mine's just Scotty Skulls.
But then hook up on Instagram so you could just message each other instead of email.
Eve said
Alright.
Brittany's a true life channel. There you go, Eve. That's it.
True life. There you go.
Have any of you guys followed Summer Wells or no?
Yes,
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
I got
One
some
of my-
killer videos. I went down there. I got some killer videos on her.
I need to hook you up with Allie, my friend Alex Erickson.
Oh, I'm supposed to be doing a panel with her soon.
Oh, she's awesome. She's
Because
awesome.
she went there too. Yeah, she wants to talk about it because she went too.
Yeah, that's my best friend. She's been Summer Wells hardcore for a long time, and I commend her and you because I'm afraid of that one. I'm afraid of
me
that
too.
one.
I came after I've been in the true crime community for the longest time because I was a researcher for Critical K. But then I started my channel after it's already been like a year from that, and it was just so like circusy by the time that I started my channel that I was like, I just like don't feel like touching. You know what I mean? Like touching it. I'll probably do a video on it one day, but
Don't click on none of my drawings because I draw like a third grader. Don't do it.
I actually draw really good. I showed them my draw. I showed Brittany and stuff my drawings before.
That's my channel, Scott. Actually, Kate is extremely talented. I mean, her drawings are absolutely amazing.
But my work, we have this big chalkboard, and I do some like chalkboard drawings. I could pull it up. I'll show you guys my chalkboard drawings.
Circle box. What's with the fly though? I gotta ask.
Which was what?
What's with the fly? Like, why is that Why is that your? I'm drawing blanks. I need to know this. Why is that your profile picture?
I don't know. Why not? I seen it laying on my porch. I'm like, you know what? Taking a picture of you. Took a picture. I'm like, you know what? I don't like being on camera. I don't like my face out there. I'm like, you know what? That's a great profile picture. And I had a different screen name on this channel. Okay. Because I use it to troll people. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm done with that. So then I changed it to Circle Box. And I'm like, you know what? I'm putting this on there. So it's all coincidence. And then I was like, you know what? I like the true crime stuff. I did it before and look into cases. And I'm like, I'll get back into it and, try it again. So, yeah, that's why I got that fly there. It's actually, I looked it up. It's a tiger bee fly.
Yeah, it looks mean as hell.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Mine's just a bird I drew.
That's really good, Scott. That is actually a really good drawing.
That's one of my chalkboard for the Eagles. Because I live in Philly.
So. See, I can draw cartoon characters, but you can do letters. I wish I could do
it. I can do Well, I went to art school for a while. We had to draw like naked people. So that was fun.
Awesome.
Hold on. Here's my. But I did a lot of cartoon stuff for like my last.
We moved into art. I got you talking about art now. See.
My kid's on there. Hold on. I gotta go through each picture individually because I don't want my kid on the screen. This one was for puppy yoga. Like, I work at a gym on the weekends just for like an extra job. We do roofing, but that's like my little side job. And I just do chalkboard art for them. But I do draw too. I just haven't really done it. Like, I'll do now. I'm kind of like my kid will be like, draw me this, draw me that, and I'll draw it. But I haven't really gotten in it. Like, it's been a while since I really did a lot of drawing. But if anyone really wants to be like open their mind to really good drawing, there's this book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, which is amazing. So a lot of people, the right side of your brain is your more like creative side, and your left side is more logical. If you like right-hand it, your right hand controls left side, and your left hand controls the right side. There's actually exercises you can do that train the other side of your brain to be more active, and you can actually feel like it shift by doing things like they say, like get a shower with the lights off and find your shampoo by the shape and the smell and everything, and that actually will open up the other side of your brain. That
What does it mean? What does it mean if you use both, like you're ambidextrous?
then that you're probably like you're probably more creative than usual then, but like you're in the middle. But like I'm right-handed, but after I did that book and did the exercise and stuff, I was like so creative. Like they give you exercises, like for instance, they had us draw a tree, not as like you don't draw the branches, but you draw the negative space between the branches, or like you draw a picture upside down, because a lot of times when people draw pictures, they draw it as a whole instead of looking at each line and each space and things like that. When you draw a picture upside down, it takes away the looking at it as a whole, because it's confusing upside down. And then you focus more on what you're seeing than what you think you see. So like, for instance, a lot of people, when they draw a tree, they'll draw like a stump and like a bush over top of it, but that's because their brain and their mind have seen many trees. And then your brain goes to the logical thing, is like, well, this is what it's familiar to me, instead of actually looking at the tree and looking at the space between the branches and how thick it is and all that. So like, your logical side of the brain will take over and draw what you're so used to seeing. Like, you're going to draw, if you're drawing a face, you're going to draw what you know to be a nose, not what the nose actually looks like. And that's almost everybody's problem who can't draw, is that they draw what they know things look like, but not how it actually looks. Not like the thickness of this or this negative space between this. And it's really interesting when you open that other side of the brain up, you realize how much stuff that you notice, or how the details that you pay attention to. It's a great book. Highly recommend it. 10 out
I
of 10.
can't draw. I can't draw. I've tried a few times. It's not pretty.
Anyone can draw. Anybody can draw.
Well, I can make stuff out of metal. I can do artwork in metal, but I just can't like draw with a pencil. I can draw with torches, cutting wheels, grinders, welders. I can do that type of artwork, but when it comes to drawing, I can't draw anything on paper with like crayons or pencils or markers. I can't do it. But with metal, I can for some reason. But hey, Kate, I appreciate you having me on your show. I gotta get ready and get to bed. I didn't realize it was 12:41. A little late. I gotta get up early. So.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. You're more than welcome to come over on my channel as well, and I can, try and help send people your way as well.
Yeah. Find me on Instagram. Here, I'll put it in private chat. You know how to look at the private chat on StreamYard?
Yeah.
It's this. It's just Kate Does Crime with like no spaces. Just Kate Does Crime, all one word.
Okay, I'll find it and then send you a message.
All right. I'm gonna share and then just let me know when you're going live, and I'll come up. I'm gonna share my drawing album with you guys real quick on Facebook.
All right.
All right.
All right, well, take care. Everybody in
Later,
chat,
Circle
take care.
Bucks. Nice chatting
Uh,
with you.
Nice chatting
Nice
with you
chatting
too,
with you.
sir. God bless and bless others.
All right, there we go.
I drew you before, Kate, so after you're done with this, I think I got the right one shared. I'm not sure.
This is actually they're like I'm a DJ. I DJ'd for like 10 years. I haven't DJ'd recently because I can't really go party on the weekends anymore now that I have a kid, but I did back in my 20s. I was I drew this for a tattoo for somebody, tiger lily. Prismacolor markers are my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
All right, nobody be doxing me. All right, my name was on there.
Oops.
But that was all right. I don't care. I really don't care if people know my name. But
Oh, you sent me your Gmail. Okay.
yeah, I sent that, and then I put my my tag in there also. Oh yeah, guys, I had to.
So what are you, 80-20? You're 80 foul play and 20 accident? Is that where you're at? Or are you 50-50?
I'm like 50-50. I'm gonna say 50-50. You want to see my DJ picture, Sarah? I can show you my DJ pictures. Hold on. I'll show you Kate as a DJ. I would play me playing songs, but I don't want to get struck for like playing what's it called? Copyright it. Oh, I have Prismacolors are awesome. I have a VR headset. I game too. I play like ghost gaming though, like Phasmophobia and Ghost Watchers, stuff like that.
Look at you. You got the setup. You were spinning it.
Yeah. See, circle box. Yeah, I did it for a long time. And then, it's hard to do that now I have a kid, but
Yeah.
turn your art into an NFT. I'll buy one. Sure, I could do that. I could try. Actually, my cousin, he does art and he does NFTs. I could probably give him something to, turn into art or make like a lizard NFT or something. I'm having trouble with like the graphic art though. All right, circle box sounds good.
Like
Oh,
digital art.
Yeah, I gotta get used to it. I got the pencil and everything. It's weird because my cousin said it's like that because you can buy an actual thing that makes the pencil noises, and he said that a lot of times helps because the noise being taken away is hard for people to like get it down. So you could buy like a pack that, or what do you call that? Where you like a download that makes the pencil noises when you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Would your phone die?
It did. I'm
See
gonna
if my
hop off though, and I'm gonna be in chat. But Scott, I'm going over to subscribe to you, and I already subscribed to Circle Box, I think. But
well,
they
unless if you're ready for bed, watch one of my videos. If you're not, don't hit play because it'll knock you out.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely go watch some of the stuff. I appreciate it, Kate. As
All right.
always, it's been fun.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for coming up, Britt. And make sure you subscribe to Britt. Just look up. I put her link in the chat somewhere. It's up there, but allegedly with like W/Brittany, like BRITTNEYJ.
J. See if my screen is right. This person, I drew this with no reference, but I don't know if my screen's the right.
Your screen? You want me to share it?
Yeah. If you got 2 minutes. Oh, it's showing my whole thing? Okay. Does that show?
Oh, you use charcoal?
Is that showing right now?
Yeah, I can see it.
You can see it now whole, this whole screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you seeing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You're drawing with like, it looks like charcoal pencils.
Well, the left picture I'm drawing with my left hand, and the right picture I'm drawing with my right hand at the same time.
Yeah, that's hard. That's actually like. So you want to know? All right. Do you want to do a little exercise, guys? I'll do a little right side of the brain exercise with you. All right. So did you ever get a piece of paper and a pencil? And did you ever see the picture, like the two vases, the two faces looking at each other, and it makes a vase in the middle? You know
Oh, like when you mirror draw, like mirroring? Yep.
Yeah, but you got to do it a certain way. Here, I'll pull out paint, and we can do it together, and you guys can feel your brain shifting. How about that?
I have to feel my brain has to shift.
Yeah. Hold on. Wow, that's cool that you do both hands. I couldn't do both. I mean, I could try, but one would probably look a lot worse than the other. And the fact that you're doing two different subjects.
Yeah. I think she's supposed to be the same girl, but she doesn't look the same. But
yeah, like
I wasn't using a reference or nothing. Yeah, isn't that wild? Those ain't like really good drawings because obviously I'm like.
May has an active shooter right now.
I heard Memphis did this morning.
Yeah, it was yesterday. This guy, I think it was yesterday, right? Or was it this morning? I forget. It was yesterday or this morning. The guy was going around just walking up to random people and shooting them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He went in like a Pep Boys and just walked in and just shot some guy. They had the video on freaking Twitter. Like, why they would show that?
Isn't that wild how people can just do that? It blows my mind.
Injured, 4 suspects in custody after shooting in Uvalde, Texas. How do you say Uvalde?
Uvalde.
Police have multiple suspects in custody after shooting in Uvalde, Texas that left 2 people injured. They didn't really provide further information besides there's 4 people. I think it was gang violence.
6:30 to 90 did it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll check in the group in a second. All right, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen real quick, y'all. That's our girl's name, like our friend's name.
Oh shoot! It's past midnight. I didn't even notice. I turned into a pumpkin at midnight. What the hell?
How do I make this big? All right. If anyone has a pencil and a paper, you do this. As you're drawing, you say forehead, eyeballs, nose, upper lip.
Is this you right now doing this?
Yeah. Lower lip. Chin, neck. I'm not very good at drawing on the computer. All right, so get your piece of paper and do that. And as you do it, you have to say each part. Forehead, eyeball, nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, and neck.
That looks like a country road.
And then you go.
It does not look like a face.
Then you go on the other side and you have to try and make the same thing on the other side. And
with your other hand?
The same thing, I promise you, you will feel your brain shift for a second. If you have to stop, you're like, whoa, hold on. And that's your brain shifting. If you can't, so then you do it. And
you do it with the other hand, the other side with the other hand? Is that how you do it?
No, you do it with the same hand, but then you just do forehead. You want it to be the same. Eyeball, nose, upper lip. Ah, shoot. My mouth slipped. Lower lip.
She said my mouth slipped.
Chin, neck. Now, when you're going down, you'll have a point where you're doing it, and you feel like, because you're trying to make it match, you'll feel your brain shift, and the thing is, if say you don't get it right and you use your pencil, that's good because it's problem solving. But but some people would just keep going and just scribble, and
Now it
that's
looks like an oil lamp.
yeah. But when you're doing it, some people just get annoyed, and I know he's drooling, and some people just get annoyed and just scribble the rest, or they won't get it right, or they won't go back and erase, and that's just the logical side taking over. So it's like you fight, your brain fights with sides. Like you'll feel your brain shifting, and the other side pulling you back, and so that's why, like I said, a lot of people, when they're drawing a tree, they will go, their logical side will take over. And instead of actually drawing how the tree looks, they'll draw what they know a tree looks like. Very interesting how it works, but. There's Brittany's channel. All right.
So what do you have to draw with? Do you have charcoal, or do you just have like a graphite set?
I have markers. I did a lot of like Prismacolor stuff. I have them. I have color pencils. I don't really use charcoal though, but I have pencils I can use, and I can see, I don't even know where all my markers are. I can try and fish up some markers to add some color, but.
What pencils do you have? Do you have just like a regular number 2, or do you have like a pencil set like 4B, 3B, 2B?
I used to. I don't have all. I might have I don't know. I have to go. I have a big like art thing. I have to go back and look. I used to have everything. I had a giant box of Prisma markers, and I don't even know what happened to it. I think it got lost in a move, and then my kids started using them. The ones I had left, dried them all out, things like that. But I don't really need anything fancy to draw. I can just draw with pencil and paper.
I got an old thing from a library, and it has like the 2 drawers on top for like the index cards, and then it's got like 10 drawers down it, and I have them full. And then it's got one big drawer, and I got that full, and then it's got like a pull down desk, like it opens up and it drops so you can write on it. It's kind of weird. It's from a library, like a piece of furniture, but I have it full of my art stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have so much stuff. I had a $300 pack of Prisma. They were my favorite. Prismacolor markers, I just love them so much because you can shade with them. So like normal markers, when you color with markers, they'll leave like a streak, like when you're doing lines. But Prismacolors, especially if you can use a special paper too, they bleed out so that it doesn't do that. And then you can shade them. You just keep going over it and over it with the same color, and you can shade them. And then they have different levels of gray. So you can do like cool gray, warm gray, regular gray, or French gray was the other one. And they have different levels of blue.
And they bleed into one another, so yeah, I know what you mean.
It almost looks like watercolors, but you could do so many cool, like the one picture I shared, a lot of that was with Prismacolor markers that I did.
Have you ever used oil pastels? Like the sticks?
I've drawn with them, but I don't really, I didn't really like experiment with other things. I usually just did like pencil and Prismas, and I did some charcoal drawings like in art class, but I never really cared for charcoal. I just don't like it.
It's messy and it's hard to control, but what's cool about charcoal is you can manipulate it and move it around the paper.
Yeah.
So like a marker, it's done, right? But charcoal, you can like move.
The other thing I used to do when I was a young amateur, when I would shade, I would smudge it. But then I learned like shading looks so much better if you just do really small lines and textured. Like, I mean, a lot of people still like do smudge for like background stuff, but when you're actually doing like face drawings and stuff, like texturing with the pencil looks so much better than like smudging for shading. Or some people do like crisscrosses when they shade, like a couple lines.
Like in a newspaper. Yeah. Like how the newspaper cartoons are.
Mm-hmm. For before she was a professional. Yes. No, I'm not. I'm not a professional now. I was just joking. When I was a young amateur drawer, I was like love smudging. That was like my thing. Like smudge everything, And then I was like, then somebody told me, he's like, no, don't smudge. Like make the texture. The texture brings it out. But yeah, I used to love drawing. It's hard to find time to sit down and do that stuff now. I got a 7-year-old who just constantly, wants my attention all day, and then my late nights I go on YouTube. And then I got a bunch of lizards and stuff, So, by the way, I took
the lizards.
one
I
of the
forgot.
raptors to the vet, and I had to get treated for parasites because it's super common for Asian water monitors to get parasites. The one, I feel so bad. So when they have parasites, it makes their stomach like gurgle and they throw up stuff and everything comes up. So tonight I'm like trying to give antibiotics and deworming medicine to this lizard, and he's just spitting up everything and it all over my arms. It was a mess. They're gonna make me go broke, I'll tell you that much. But
I can't figure out how to get the whole picture on.
The whole picture, like,
oh, I got a picture I was gonna show, but I don't know how to make it the whole screen.
What are you doing it on YouTube?
No, on my Instagram, but it shows like the picture, but then it shows like what I wrote under the post next to it. It doesn't work right.
Yeah. Well, I have some cute lizard pictures if you guys want to see them before I end this. I know everyone likes the lizard pictures.
How long's your hair?
It used to be really long. It's actually short now because last year I cut it like to here. So it's down to like here.
Oh, it's
well,
shorter.
Actually, probably a little longer, but my hair used to be super long. Here, I'll show you some cute lizard pictures before I go. No, not that one. They are way more. Yes, bearded dragons are super affectionate and they love to cuddle. There's Spike. Well, that's actually Gigi, but we didn't know she was a girl at the time, so we named her Spike, and then we found out she was a girl. So now she's Gigi. And then here's my handicap guy, Rome.
She probably likes Spike better.
Well, she was saucy, and it felt like Gigi was a good girl name for like a saucy girl lizard. Oh, this one's funny. Wait till you see this. Let me see if it's a video. All right, ready? I like Ducky from The Land Before Time, by the way. Ducky's my favorite.
I never drew a lizard before.
Oh, why can't you can't? I don't want to play a song, but she's doing Teach Me How to Dougie.
Was it waving? Is it waving?
Yeah. But then I edited it so it was like arm would go back and forth like it was dancing. Like right here. And it was doing it to teach me how to Dougie, but I don't want to get they wave when they see another lizard and they don't want oh, and here's Rome. I taught him how to open his mouth for meds. Because they have to give him meds. Hold on, you guys see from the beginning. I would open my mouth and say ah, and then he would do it back. They're actually really smart, and they're very affectionate. You'd be surprised, you can teach them. Like a lot of them I know are potty trained. Mine aren't potty trained because I haven't really put in the work for them to be potty trained. But Rome goes on a paper towel. He always has to have his little paper towel, and here he is. It's Rome. But the other ones, Rosie will scratch on her door until I let her out, and then let her go to the bathroom. But
How long do they sit there like that when you had the hat on him? Like, would he just sit there like that?
yeah, he'll sit there. Oh, for a while I have them. Hey, Sinas Camilo, am I saying that right? Let me see. Let's see.
That's crazy.
Oh,
They
wait.
do all
You
that
guys got to
stuff.
see this. All right. So, my one, she got stuck in a hole, and I shared it with this local reptile group, and they photoshopped her in like a million pictures. They're so funny, right? They like took the picture of her being stuck. Hold on. Let me go back. Ah, shoot. Wait. I lost it. I clicked the wrong one. Hold on.
Oh, and put it in a tank and.
Yeah, like they took the picture of her being stuck and they photoshopped it. So she's in a tank. And it's worse. And the Lion King, you know, when Scar like throws Mufasa off the cliff. That one. Playing poker at a casino on the computer. Air hockey. DJing. That one's my favorite. I never laughed so hard in my life. Hold on. I have. Oh, this is our Christmas photo. So, Rosie's Rudolph, and Bo is Santa in a sleigh with presents. I'm terrible, but I'm gonna make a lizard calendar. I promise you guys, I'm gonna do it because I mean I dress them all up for holidays anyway. So this is my.
You should do them for. You should do the Joker and Harlequin for Halloween. 2 of them.
I would have to get like green hair. I did Dog the Bounty Hunter already. I would have to make like miniature outfits. Hold on. Let me get. Here's the Dog the Bounty Hunter one. Most people have seen this already, but I'll share it again in case nobody has.
That's crazy.
He was so mad at me too because I was trying to fix the glasses and it wasn't working. That's why his beard's all black because he was when they
You
get
cut
angry.
them out of what do you cut them out of construction paper though? You did.
So I ordered like Oh, I didn't realize I have lizard medicine all over me. See, remember how I said I was trying to give him the medicine? He was spitting it up all over the place. It's all over my damn shirt. He kept running. Yeah, I cut them out. Well, first I got these like Barbie ones, but they were too small, so I had to like cut them out myself. And they worked out, but he got pissed because they weren't like going on the right way, and he got annoyed with me. They're all the ones I have on my Insta.
And he couldn't see through them, right? They were solid black.
Yeah, he couldn't see through them, and I kept like they kept falling sideways, so I had to keep like fixing them, and he was getting so mad at me. Well, he's grumpy anyway. That's why I love dressing him up because he's the cranky one, so it just makes me laugh because I know he hates it, and he always has like a resting bitch face on. So, hey, Bap, you silly! I like that name. We were talking about Kiely, but we got in the drawing. Oh, did you want to share your thing, Scott? You kind of.
Oh, I can't get it to share the way I want it to, but I can.
It's up to you if you want. Here, I'll show you. I have snakes too, but people don't like seeing pictures of my snakes. Here's the bunny one. Yes, I'm talking about Hulk Sabrina. That's that's Gomez. He's all white. He's an all white lizard.
There, but I can't get just a picture. Oh, it's just like you were doing it though. It has the words next to it.
Oh, that's cool. That looks like it looks like a Carmen Sandiego, but like from down under and evil.
Yeah, she's like, you know who she would be? She would be like the gunslinger's wife, right? You think?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, because
I
she's
like
like a
how it's like a
cowboy.
silhouette.
She's like a
She's like-
cowboy witch.
Yeah, that's a cool picture. I like that.
I've
Here,
done some.
Sabrina, I got Titan for you. There you go. Here's Titan. What was on? I don't think they. I doubt they're gonna find out what's on that laptop. Oh, they're cool. You do a lot
The
of hard.
cops, the
Yeah.
cops didn't take it though, did they? The family got it.
Oh, I don't know. I guess they didn't, but I don't think they. The Jeepers Creepers wife. Yeah, I don't know if they called the cops and the cops didn't want it. Which kind of like on Duty Ron, the guy said that it's he would call that like malpractice, that they wouldn't even go back. Like you can't call somebody and say you have evidence and they don't even want to come out and look at it. A pistol packing mama. Yeah, and the only thing I thought was weird was when what's his name said that he saw feet, but he said shoes in the video. But then he said on Duty Ron, I saw legs and skin. And she had pants on, unless the pants like went up on her leg. It was just strange how he worded it though, for sure. But yeah, if you just got in, well, make sure you guys subscribe to me if you haven't. If you just got in, you're gonna have to rewind because we did a lot of talking. I am case talked out, to be honest. Been talking about it all night. Did anyone watch his anime interview? Because I know that was going on at the same time, and I didn't get to see it. I'm curious how that went.
I don't even pay attention to that one.
I went on that guy Psycho Babble's channel last night. He cracks me up. He's pretty funny. He was talking about, he was like, yeah, he's like, Ryan Upchurch scrambled, the word Ickmel to I Sell Kid, and all his fans are like,
Is he the one that goes off on Ryan all the time?
yeah.
He went on Zav's panel, right? And he was talking about the car and like neutral and the transmission and stuff. And he was like pretty much right. He was pretty much right about everything. But then he started talking about Ryan and he got all like crazy. And the chat was like throwing boulders at him.
Really?
Like ripping rocks at him. Yeah.
Hilarious. I think he's so funny. He was cracking me up. Like, just, well, he was a fan of Ryan Upchurch, like a big fan, I guess, because he's into like country rap or whatever. Because his name's Psycho Babble Rap, and he's just so disgusted by it because he's like, how could you do that to like a family? You know what I mean? So he's really upset about the whole thing, but he was funny talking about it. He's so upset with him. She was supposed to be camping the next day, so I wonder if random clothes and footwear were scattered. Maybe. I mean, see, the clothes that they found like a bodysuit, but I could be wrong, but it looks like to me in the gas station photo, like she had a spaghetti strap on. And then the one that they found in the dirt looked
okay, so listen. That one they found in the dirt. Oh, my thing's on your screen this whole time. I was just buzzing through pictures. I didn't know you were still sharing me. So yeah, this is the other one of the witch right here from the back.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
I was just ripping through my pictures.
Yeah,
I didn't know you guys were. So everybody says, "Oh, well, the snap is." You can unshare me. I'm just going through my stupid screen.
But the spaghetti the straps look different to me. Like the
right.
one in the garage looked like spaghetti straps, and then one they found looks like a wife beater type like thickness.
But then they're trying to say the snap, the crotch snaps were on that thick part, like the where everybody said it's a strap, like a shoulder, where it goes over your shoulder. Now they're trying to say that was where the snaps were. But if
I
you
don't know.
look
I'd
at
have to see the picture again, but I feel
if
like
you look at it, the crotch would be way too long to be a body. It's not a bodysuit. It's not even black. Like if you look at what she wore compared to
looks
the
like a black
picture.
faded. Like it was, when you wash black clothes a couple times, they get like that, like faded black. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it don't look nothing like the same to me.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
And who
All
would
right.
leave it
Well,
laying there and go to work?
hey, certified.
All right, well, I'm
Well,
gonna jump off so you can close your show, so I'm not like hanging out until the end.
All
You
right.
can
Well,
say all your cool stuff.
did you get my my Insta handle or my email so that you can let me know when you're doing that, and then I can come on. And,
Oh, I
we
gotta.
can draw.
It disappears if I go out, right? So I need to write it down.
Yeah, write it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that too, Tara. I notice that I see 1111 all the time. It would be DNA on if it was hers. I doubt Ellie would test it. Yeah, they don't. Thanks, Britt. Thanks for coming up. And guys, subscribe to Britt if you haven't. She's in chat.
Okay, I think I got it. Did you send it to me 3 times?
I wrote it, and then I wrote it with a comma by accident, and then I wrote it again with a period, and then I wrote my Insta handle, like my.
Oh, your Insta's just your name, so I can find you on there.
Yeah.
Plus, you just followed me, probably, right?
Not on Instagram. I can right now, though. Hold on.
Because I'll follow you back. I only got like a couple people on Insta too. I keep losing numbers because I don't go post all the time. I can't. You gotta like post every day. It's like I can't do that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out. Thanks for the chat.
All right.
It was real calm and cool here. I like the vibe of your channel.
The vibe.
Yeah, don't get all yelling and screaming and like nobody like is set into one mindset where this is what happened and that's the way it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly,
Like
I'm usually like a cynic. I'm surprised that I even think foul play in this case because I'm usually like a lot of people got mad at me about the Morphew case because I was that way too. Like I was like the only one who didn't say Barry was guilty. People are so mad about it because.
And you were wrong.
He's guilty. I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
He got off.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens because they'll say manner and cause for sure. So
yeah,
we'll find out.
I've always held off on Barry because I think there's too many people, like too many people with motives that it could be. So it's not that I don't think he's guilty. It's just that I don't have enough right now. There's not enough for me.
Yeah, my Insta's the same. Everything like Facebook, Insta, YouTube.
His is the same, just no spaces. It's like Scotty Skulls, just all one word.
All one, because you can't have spaces on Insta. Yeah. All right, thank y'all. Thank you, chat.
Right.
I'll get with you. We'll have to draw a picture and talk crime. We'll see if we can get you over 1,000 people.
All right, thanks.
All right.
I'm getting there. I'm waiting for my community tab to pop up. Really.
That's after 500. How many do you have?
I know. I just got to that. I'm at 6 something now. I like went up like 200 in like the past 2 weeks.
Oh, that's cool though. Okay, I'm out. Thanks, Kate.
All right. Good night.
All right, later.
Oh well. I'm gonna get off because it's like 1:15 here, and Dave's probably ready to go to bed, and I'm keeping him up. But I will probably be cramming in content this weekend because next week is my son's birthday. I'll try and go live next week, but I'm sure I'm gonna have stuff going on. So, but I'll see if I can do more stuff this weekend to make up for it. You've been on the opposite side of Morphew. I've always been on the other side of Morphew. Thank you. You know where I get all my glasses from? Zenny. They're so cheap. You can get them like fancy, but they're still so cheap. You just put in your prescription and they got all these cute glasses. I get these. I got these cute big black ones and I can't find them. I usually wear them, but I don't I don't know what the hell I did with them. They're somewhere. They went missing and I can't find them. They're my favorite ones. Yes, Zenny is awesome. Get your glasses there. Zenny, I need a partnership. Because I'd be wearing all your glasses on my stream every time. And I need a Red Bull partnership too, because I'd be drinking Red Bull every live. Or I think it's like Zenni. I think it's with the E. Like this. Hold on. Zenny. I have these pink ones too that are like rose gold, but I think I look funny in them. I'll have to try them on one night and wear them. But yeah, you can get glasses for like $20 on there. I was going to bring one of my little raptors on today, but the one is just spitting up every time I take them out, and they have parasites and they're miserable, so I didn't want to do that to them. And as you can see, I'm covered in medicine, so so I was trying to give him this like oral stuff, and I just had to keep putting it like on his face, and he'd lick it off, and he was running around me, so I was like this, and he kept spitting it up all over me. It was a nightmare. I know. They're not feeling well. Oh yeah. Oh, you mean this case? I'm on the opposite side. I'm in the middle on this case. I'm not really like totally flat play. I'm in the middle. I think it's like 50-50 with this, just because I just still have a hard time thinking how she got to the back if it flipped over so quickly. I don't know. I made a good TikTok about it where I explained why I think the way I do. So I have a TikTok and I have a Discord linked if you. So I usually stream, Camilo, like between like 8 and 10 o'clock at night. I used to do afternoon streams. I just haven't done in a while because usually I bring my kid to school and then I come home and fall back asleep. So I'm gonna have to I can do a couple like afternoon streams. I can do it. I just love going back to sleep for a couple hours and having my peace, but I could still do that and go live around like 1 o'clock for an hour or so. But yeah, usually like once or twice a week between like 8 and 10. I try, and then on the weekend usually I try and been doing a little more lately. It's just hard because, hey, America True Crime, how are you? You're a little late. I'm about to close, but you can rewind if you want to watch the True Crime talk. America True Crime. We just got done talking about drawing and my lizards and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, rewind, guys, so you can catch the beginning. And if you haven't subbed to me, please do. I am making my way to 1,000. I'm getting there. I just got a community tab, so let's see. Today is Thursday. I'll probably go live Saturday night. I work Saturday till 4, and then I'll probably go live Saturday night. Or maybe I can even try and do Saturday and Sunday because my son's birthday is next week. Oh, well, thank you, America True Crime. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. But yeah, so I usually do like Wednesday or Thursday and then the weekend and, road to 1,000. I know I'm getting there. But that would be fun on not Circle Bar, on Scotty's because I haven't drawn in a while, so it'll be a challenge. I mean, it still comes pretty easy to me, but I can try and draw like something true crime related, like a face or something. I don't know how good I would be at faces anymore. I used to be really good, but or a lizard or something. We can do a lizard battle. Do a lizard drawing battle. Yeah, and thank you for all the mods and everything helping tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna end it. I will talk to you guys later. Look out for like Saturday night. I'll probably be back. Yes, my baby raptor. I feel so bad for him. Let me see. I think I have a picture. So he sat on my shoulder the whole way to the vet the other day. He was so good. I'm trying to find it so I can show you guys. Can you see him? Here's the baby raptor. I'm having like this weird like phenomenon where every time I look away from the computer and down at my phone, I feel like a little bit dizzy. I don't know why, but it's really. Yes, I guest on Brittany J show all the time, Camillo. Thanks, Sabrina. I am over there all the time, like every night. So you'll definitely see me over there too. Well, not I try, and if she's on late at night during the week, I'll be there. But if it's a little earlier, sometimes I have trouble because my kid. Yeah, I think it's blue screen. Like it's making me feel like I'm my equilibrium's off every time I look down, which is really strange because it hasn't done it to me before, but it is right now for some reason. But yeah, I feel like it's from staring at the computer. I don't know what it is, but it's been happening to me all night where I like look down and I start feeling dizzy when I look down at my phone. But yeah, if she's on late during the week, I'm usually over there, or on the weekend too. Good, yes. Subscribe to Brittany, guys. If you haven't subscribed to Brittany, you see me over there a lot. Right, good night, everybody. Thank you for coming, and thank you for the support. And as soon as I get my community tab, which I've been waiting for all week, I will bless you all with a really cute lizard picture. I'll have them like holding a little note, talking about the community tab. I'll do something cute, so keep your eyes out for it. I know, Castle, I'm just leaving now. I've been on for a while, but you can rewind and watch it. It was a good stream. Me and Castle were in Psychobabbles last night. Psychobabble had me cracking up last night. Yes, for real this time. Good night, everyone. See ya.